How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Welcome tonight. Hopefully everybody's having a great day or night, wherever it is that they are. Let's see who's already here with us tonight first before I start getting into everything. Ron M, welcome. Root, how's it going? Welcome back. Also, guys, Root is also acting as the moderator for the chat tonight, so, you know, be good. Abraham, welcome. Aether, how's it going? Welcome back. BFU, how's it going? Been a little while. How's it going? Pineapples, welcome. How's it going, Isaac? Welcome back as well. Hopefully, like I said, everybody who got or wanted to get Yoimiya has gotten her at this point. I'm still working on mine a little bit, but she's coming along nicely, I think. I'm probably not going to add much to her or change much about her for a little while anyways. There's still going to be things that I want to do. I want to send her to 90, but I haven't. I don't really have the materials or the Mora to do that, and then still have enough to level up Shogun later, so right now I'm going to hold off on that. Currently, actually, I should just go ahead and go through what I have over here, which is that I do have the Thundering Pulse. The RNG gods were really nice to me this week, and really gave me... I got Yoimiya in 71 rolls, and I got the weapon in 70, so overall, not bad. I was actually pretty pleased with that, so it gave me the opportunity to kind of... you know, work towards one of the more optimum builds for the character, which is, you know, pretty nice. And it does make her a little bit punchier, I think. As far as the build that I've chosen right now, I'm doing a 2-2 build, which is kind of a standard for any, like, primary DPS, and she's kind of what I'm building this team around. Like, the current team that I have set up is kind of built to utilize her as a primary DPS, so and I think it's relatively effective so far. I would say the downside about Yoimiya at this point is that she's single target, but with some of the characters that I have her paired with right now, that effect is a little bit minimized to where she's a bit more useful, and, you know, more targets are hit simultaneously, so that helps a lot. Randomly, how's it going? Welcome. At Tevat Historia, you'll have to dig up and help Rev from the pit for the 5th stage in Theater Mechanicus. Did he fall again? Because if he did, awesome. I'll probably plan to do Theater Mechanicus on stream next week with everybody. That'll probably be the entire theme of the stream for next week. For a week from today. Don't show trick. Didn't I fail the 50? So, Aether, yeah, I did fail the 50-50 the first time, and I got yet another Kuching constellation when it failed. But I was at 50 when I started, and then I pulled Yoimiya at 50 on the next set. So it was 71, I think, in total. War Paint and Unicorns, welcome. You said you got your first Jade Spear over Thundering Pulse so far. Hopefully you wanted that. Is it just me, or am I super saturated? I mean, yeah, it might be a little bit colorful today. Usually it's not quite so colorful. Yeah, you're right. It is a little bit saturated today. That's weird. I wonder why. Usually it's not quite that that saturated. Who can say why these GoPros do what they do sometimes? I don't know that I'm gonna mess with it a whole bunch here, but I might be able to do this, and it might help with that just a little bit. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that helps. It's still saturated. I don't know why it's so kind of orangey tonight, but it definitely is. I do see that now. Yeah, you're right. I'm actually looking into getting a different camera so that I can actually free up this one to do some other stuff with it, and that'll be pretty nice. Oh yeah, Root. Yeah, I got the Xiao mask back here that I've been that I was working on. It's coming along. It's got a lot of work to go, and I don't have time to be messing with it right this moment because I got a lot of stuff going on with the channel. I got a lot of stuff going on with the con that's coming up at the end of the month, and Xiao is not a target for that con, so that'll be for a future one. So you know, I can kind of only work on it slowly right now. Anyways, so yeah, the build for it, like I said, it's on 2-2. I have no constellations for her. I'm not planning on rolling for any constellations for Yoimiya at all. But I do like her. I think she's fun. I've got her at 686 at the moment. I don't think that I'm gonna be trying to press her talents up any further than this for a little while. Just because I kind of hit what my target was. Like I said, I'm trying to save Mora because I don't really have that much right now, and I need to kind of rebuild that base. As far as overall stats, 2148 attack, 46.6% crit rate, which is a little bit lower than I'd like. If I can ascend her to 90 at some point in the near future, I'm not probably going to level her to 90, but I'll probably ascend her there. She'll break 50% with that, 213% crit damage, and 227.9 energy recharge. I'd like to have seen a little bit more energy recharge, but it is what it is for now. Reese says, I got Sayu first multi without ruining your pity for Shogun. Biggest flex. Nice. T-Rex Lapis also says he sees the Xiao mask. Yeah, it's like I said, it's coming along nice. To those who haven't seen it yet, it's coming along pretty nice. It's still got a bit of work to go. There's still like a lot of smoothing that needs to be done on it, but it's you know, it's coming along a lot better than it was when it started. But it's still, you know, I've got to do painting and I've got to light the eyes and got a lot of work. There's still quite a journey left for that mask.
If we've got nothing else to do,
If I can get Xiao on rerun banner, the Jade Spear is his. Might try it on Zhongli over Vortex Spear. I mean, I have Jade Spear on my Zhongli, or wait. No, I think I took it. I think I did finally take it off of him and give it to Xiao, because I've started trying to set up Xiao. Yeah, I did. So Zhongli now has a Skyward Spine, because, you know, it helps him keep his elemental burst up, which I thought was fine. I'm not using him as a primary anymore. I'm using him as a support. So it pretty much, it made sense to make the swap, but my Xiao still needs work as far as getting his artifacts and all that good stuff like set up. Like he's not done. Like he's coming along. He's in an okay spot, but as far as talents go, like he needs a lot of work in his talents. He needs I don't even remember what his overall stats are. I think he had better ones until recently. Yeah, 90. His crit rate's like insanely high right now, but his crit damage is like really pathetic. So I need to work on that. Maybe see if I can get him a little bit more energy recharge too. Would be nice. I think I had a no, that one actually is still pretty good. So yeah. For now, this is what he's set up on. 4-piece gladiator, but I would prefer to have him set up on a 2-2 setup, but right now I just don't have what I need to make that work. But I will, and I'll get him set up properly. Getting C1 Zhongli for the tenacity 4-piece isn't that bad, to be honest. Might go for it. Yeah, I mean, I think wait, I think Zhongli's C1 is the extra steel, isn't it? If I recall correctly. Yeah, it's the extra steel. Am I gonna make Xiao's Jade Spear for the... Yes, I am planning to make the Jade Spear for the full costume, for sure. That is the plan. Anyways, so before I get into the Spiral Abyss, I'm going to first kind of get out and kind of show what I'm doing with this party. So a lot of you probably are aware that, like, up until now, I have not had Bennett usable because I C6'd him a long time ago. But He is now ascended to 90, and the reason I did this is, you know, to those of you who use Bennett, and you should use Bennett if you can. His elemental burst scales your damage, buffs your damage based on his base attack. So not on attack from whatever weapon it's his, or not on attack from like attack and all that stuff, but his base attack. So that's the weapon you have equipped and his level are the only things that you can use to increase base attack. So that's the reason why I went ahead and ascended him to 90. That helps increase that base attack number, which would be, I believe, the number on the left here. And then this is everything that's added on top. So in going with that, I gave him a Skyward Blade. I do need to continue to upgrade this, but I got a little ways to go as far as like adding some more of these. Plus those ascensions can be a little bit on the pricey side. And again, I'm trying to save materials for the Shogun, so I don't want to overextend that right now. But overall, I do have his talents at, like I didn't really touch these, but I leveled his Elemental Burst up to 11 so far. I need a lot more of these before I can push it to 12 or 13, but I will probably crown his Elemental Burst at the earliest opportunity. Isaac does not use C6 Bennett, has Cleet, Diluc, and Yanfei. So here's the thing. Yeah, I have Cleet, Diluc, and Yanfei. However, from a purely playstyle standpoint, none of the Pyro characters in this game really speak to me. Honestly, from a purely playstyle standpoint, only Yoimiya so far has really been entertaining to me. Cleet is a good character. Obviously, Diluc is a good character. Yanfei is a great character. But they're not really that fun to me. Like, when I'm playing them and I have them in a party, like, they don't really work for me on a core level, like characters like Eula or even or Mona or Ayaka. Like, those characters are a lot more fun to me. They have mechanics built into them that I find to be a bit more entertaining. So it just didn't really make sense for me to go building a party around those characters and utilizing a C6 Bennett at that time. You could also argue, I have the same argument for Hu Tao. Her kit is just not that fun to me. The whole Berserker playstyle, like, you know, it works. She's super powerful, and I have good stats on my Hu Tao overall. Especially when she's in Pyro Resonance. But I just don't really enjoy the Berserker playstyle that much. So I find Yoimiya's playstyle to be entertaining, albeit a touch nuanced, because she's a single target character. So you kind of get in these situations where, you know, you kind of wish you could be hitting more targets, which is one of the reasons why Fischl and Beidou have been added to this party. But it also brings in more energy, which helps make sure that Bennett's burst is up, which helps make sure that Yoimiya's burst is up. These are all things that will help to add, you know, continuous damage applications to the group, and overall I think works pretty well. Usually the first character I bounce for other requirements usually is Fischl. Right now, like, if I don't need her and I need something else, like say an Anemo or a Hydro or something like that, then usually I bounce Fischl and keep Beidou, because her setup is really helpful for the current build right now too. So it's worked out pretty well so far, but there's definitely some things that I'd like to see improved, honestly. Shit, like I said, she's doing well, but I would like to see it do a little better. But yeah, I mean, overall the character certainly isn't doing bad damage. I mean, that was serious overkill for those two enemies, but you can kind of see how it works. You know, you lay out all the damage and then you just blast it out. Bennett will get his elemental burst back pretty fast. Beidou's usually a little bit slower about it. But that's kind of the general rotation that this team comp has been rolling with so far. I also did move my Wolf's Gravestone over to Beidou for this team, because I haven't really been utilizing Diluc for the longest, so it just seemed like a good idea to go ahead and add that buff to this team, and that actually has paid off nicely as well so far. So yeah, my Bennett's energy recharge is very high, so he gets his elemental burst back really fast. Okay, that guy can just blow me up. That's super cool. But yeah, I mean, I do enjoy Yoimiya's overall playstyle. I just wish she did a little bit more damage. But I don't think she's bad. But you know, for a character that's only hitting generally a single target, I find her damage to be a little bit less than you would think it would be. Because you know, there are other characters like Ayaka, for instance, where you unleash your elemental burst in a group and it will melt everything that's in that space. Whereas, you know, Yoimiya's elemental burst really isn't all that punchy on its own. It's meant to add those extra little damage pops and all that stuff on top. And so you'd think that like her normals charged with her elemental skill would add up a little bit more. So whether or not I actually continue to, you know, really use this character in the, you know, in the future, kind of remains to be seen. You know, if there's another character that comes out that's more compelling to use this bow on, then, you know, you may see me benching yet another pyro character. But I don't think she's bad. I definitely don't think she's like a must-roll character or anything, though. She is fun.
Let's get down to business.
Like I said, I do like her playstyle. I just don't necessarily like the way it's been implemented thus far as like her damage. I might as well use this bench first while I'm at it. That was kind of out of order, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, having Bennett on the field finally is nice, and getting to work with his skills is really nice. But yeah, so you can kind of see how this team works. You know, you get the Beto burst going, you get the Bennett burst going. I've seen some pretty big hits come out of this team so far. I just wish it were a little bit more effective, that's all. Isaac, I totally get that I hate using Diluc and Yanfei, but Klee and Hu Tao have slowly risen in terms of my favorites. Fair enough. I mean, like, I don't dislike any of those characters. I just find their gameplay to be a little less compelling than other characters, that's all. Kanoi, welcome. How's it going, bud? Welcome back. Klee is hard to play, though, when played perfectly. Yeah, I mean, her play style is definitely interesting as well. And I feel like that's one of the kind of the common things about the pyro characters in this game is that they do kind of have nuanced play style requirements. And that's probably because they're built to deal some of the most damage, although, you know, Yoimiya's damage is, at least at C0, kind of a little bit but it's certainly not bad. It's just, I would have thought it would be more for a character who's largely focused on single target, that's all. Sorry, yeah, I've seen that Yoimiya with C6 Fischl is damn good, and then Bennett for the extra buff. Yeah, I mean, it does work. Like, this team comp as a whole does put out a good amount of damage. Rustar 5 is a good bow on Yoimiya as well for 4-star, but artifacts have to be cracked to make up for it. Yeah, that makes sense, too. Rust was one of the weapons I was considering for her until I got the actual, bow from the banner, and then at that point it was like, okay, well, there's no point in me messing with that. All right, well, let's get into this new one and kind of see what this one does. So when an active character's elemental energy is fully charged, the defense on opponents hit by the character's normal, charged, or plunging attacks will be decreased by 7% for 10 seconds to a max stack of 5. Interesting. Independent duration per stack. Interesting. Okay, well, that's good too. So you can bring it down a total of 35%. That's not bad. That'll be really handy for characters, again, like Yoimiya, for instance. Point Unicorn says Rust R5 is a good bow on Yoimiya's. Okay, yeah, I actually already read that. Yeah, and you do have to have an R5 Rust. I actually have several, but I don't really use it. Do you think the enemies will get even stronger and harder to beat in the future regions? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I do. I think that's highly probable, to be honest. While Kazuha buff and they put Kazuha in the picture. Yeah. All right, so I don't think I have to be too careful about this first floor. So far, I'm not seeing anything that really jumps out at me. Maybe I might want to bring my Ayaka team to the first half to deal with those guys. And maybe a Clumper in the second group. I got a Frost. Arm Launcher here with a Stonehide over here. Yeah, you know, I think right now I'm just going to just load up my Ayaka team and then load up my Yoimiya team, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. And then if I have to start making swaps and shifts and stuff, then we'll do that. Although I probably am going to throw in Kazuha or Venti into the second half team, whichever one doesn't go with the first team, because it's usually better to have one in each. But we'll see. All right, so Ayaka team for the first one. I did level up my Diona and got her going for the Ayaka team, and that's been working out really nicely. That's actually been surprisingly helpful. It really has. Like, she's good as a battery for Ayaka, which is really nice. But also the shields and the healing is really nice for obvious reasons as well. Okay, so let's see. Usually I usually bring like Fischl into this team because that's usually what's most helpful, but I've been using Fischl in the other team. But you know what? I'm gonna actually bounce Fischl from that team for this run anyways, so you know what? Kazuha will go in the first, wherever he ended up going. There he is. And then for the other team, I'll start with Yoimiya. Obviously Bennett. And then I still want Beidou, but she'll go in the fourth slot, so I need... I'll take Venti. I don't know... Yeah, I mean, there should just be lots of, like, clumping opportunities, even still on this, so I'm not too worried about that. And then, Beidou. And we'll see how this goes. Alright. Character Elemental Burst for the whole floor is nice. We'll go with that. Especially with Ayaka. It's always weird before you start. Like, Mona and Ayaka actually just sprint normal instead of dashing underground. Alright. So... let's do this. Oh, I should have stayed centered in the middle for that. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and knock some of these guys out then.
The birds come. The wind knows me.
These first ones are pretty much out. Come on. Need to get back inside before they do any more damage to me.
As you wish.
And I should have another burst from Diona. One of the great things, one of the reasons why I really like using Kazuha with Ayaka is because you can reposition his elemental burst, which is something you can't really do with Venti. You know, you just pretty much have to center up where you want it and go to it. You know, like you have to launch Ayaka's, but it also moves forward, so you can kind of get in trouble really fast with that, which is kind of frustrating from my point of view. One of the characters I also really like using with this team is Mona, as opposed to Fischl, so I may swap those two up just to kind of help with situations like what I'm dealing with right now, where having a lure would have been nice to get around the back side a bit easier. Freeze comp is really, really nice with Mona added to it. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in immediately. So you pretty much gotta just load out everything and then just start ripping them up with the Yoimiya team, and it does work pretty well. I gotta get rid of these mages before I start working on that guy. All right, so that was not bad at all. Nice, I got the Wolf's Gravestone proc on that pretty quick too. I'll take that. And my Bennett has like 260 or something energy recharge, so he recharges his elemental burst really fast, which has been really, really nice. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we got these guys over here.
Into the wind.
Drag them towards the center a little bit before I start unleashing other abilities. Even Fiona actually punched out some good damage there. Let's get rid of this guy before he puts up his freaking shield. Get that thing out of here. Okay, that guy's not going to be a problem, mostly because he's, he dies quick to electro damage. So that guy got his shield off. No rest for the wicked. Make sure that Official can get in there and get some decent damage. Same with Kazuha, and he'll die quick. There we go. All right. So a specific comment about how support characters will deal a lot of the damage. It's still like a, you know, like climbing the spiral abyss using, or descending the spiral abyss, using Yoimiya. And really, Yoimiya is a character that needs other characters to prop her up. Because she's a single target DPS. You're not going to get anywhere if you use a bunch of single target DPS on top with her. Not to mention every party is going to be built around support characters. So, or at least it should if you want it to actually work.
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
This way.
Time for a lecture.
Oh, I did that completely wrong. As I swapped off Yoimiya and backed that entire rotation up. That was a mistake. Well, let's see if I can draw. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and throw this in now.
Why do they never miss?
Oh my god, stop hitting me.
Light it up. Power that ended hot.
And that should actually work out pretty nice. Now, one of the things that I found to be really entertaining with a overload Yoimiya comp is how much like knockback you generally generate for your team. Like you'll just knock enemies around constantly. They'll just be like bouncing further away from the center of the screen. The longer you attack them, and enemies with a lot of HP, I've gotten to bounce really far away from me. All right, Triforce Rich, my highest constellation character now, 5-star, would be Jean. She's C5. I think she's my only C5 5-star character. I have Kuching and Diluc are both C4, and then I have a few C3s, and then most of my 5-stars are like CE0 or C1. But yeah. Okay, let's see if I can kind of bust this guy down really quick. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so this will probably work out pretty well. Oh, you got shredded. So I used all of my cryo abilities there. Hopefully this won't be too bad with this mostly ice one now. Okay, well that's fine too. He probably has pretty good ice resistance, but Kazuha should still allow me to deal some damage to him, and I don't think it will. Oh, he's gonna dash out of that. Okay, actually he's still taking a lot of damage to that anyways, probably because of Kazuha's Viridescent Venerer. Yeah, so that still worked out just fine. It cut his cryo resist anyways, so it really didn't help him any. Alright. Let me see if I can get that first. Get a venti burst. Okay.
Let's light it up.
See if I can charge up Bennett's burst too while I'm at it.
Yahoo!
That should do it with that.
Think you can
And
get
let's
away?
just see if I can go ahead and shoot that straight through the middle.
Going in to ashes. Here comes the
Just gonna load up.
fire hazard.
Because they're pretty much hung up here, so I should get plenty of damage from that. Let me see if I can get back inside the shield now, so I don't get like, wrecked by these things. Oh, chill.
Everybody stand
She's
back.
pretty much gone.
Let me amuse myself with a sip of free.
I'm gonna definitely need to take some heals for my Yoimiya before I get into much else here. I need to stay inside that radius.
Time for takeoff.
And I'll throw that down while I'm at it.
Going in. Time for a light show.
This should be okay, even standing outside of this now. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and pop this too while I'm at it. Especially since I get the Wolf's Gravestone effect now. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll help to prop up the extra damage. Yeah, they're just getting knocked around. So yeah, that works. And that's one of the things that I've been liking about Yoimiya's playstyle. Even though that it generally just hits a single target, when I have electro characters, all these overload procs just result in the enemies getting knocked around. So even kind of annoying enemies like those, just, you know, they get constantly staggered or knocked back, which is really, really useful. All right, on to floor 10. All right. Take a quick look here at which one I want to put the Yoimiya team on. I might swap Fischl out for Mona going forward because I am liking the freeze comp and I've been using that a lot lately. Let's see, the Stonehide Latrell, that'll probably still die pretty quick, but I might swap the Yoimiya team into the first round this time. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Let's see what we got here. We got Abyss Herald and Lecter as well. I feel like Yoimiya should be good for these. You know, you need elemental damage. But really, the two teams that I'm using here, I think will be effective. I definitely want my Ayaka team here, so Ayaka team's going in round 2 this time. So first half, we'll take my Yoimiya and Bennett, which I always steadily struggle to find these things. There we go. I really wish they would like organize this menu by element so that you're not like having to jump around it as much, because that has been absolutely killing me. All right, and then I'll take Beidou, and then for the Ayaka team, I will bring Mona this time instead of Fischl. So where is Diona? There she is. And then Mona and Kazuha. All right. Let's see. You pray for all the Seiyu wanters to get her with less trouble than you did. How much trouble did you have, Zach? That's unfortunate. I got her. I think I got her on my first 10. No, I think it was the second 10 pull. So I got her within 20. Oh god, I keep doing that wrong. I gotta stop doing that way. I keep reversing the order of those two attacks, and it's just one of those things with this character I've really not gotten used to, is the order of attacks. Because you know, if you attack, use your elemental skill and then swap, you immediately deactivate her elemental skill, which is obviously not what you want to do, because you know, you're just wasting it at that point.
Back off! Let's play! The fuse is lit!
Alright, there we go. It's again one of those instances of the enemies just getting bounced around like crazy. Oh my god. Speaking of getting bounced around like crazy, I can't get off that and probably am going to die. Yep. Well, that was annoying. I just got hung on it and it would not drop me. So now all I can do is just restart. That was annoying. Anyways, I think I had some misplaced skills with that anyways. So now that we have this set up this way, I'm gonna go over here and shoot this direction, and that might work out a little better.
Eyes on me! I'm going in!
Yeah, this will be better. With that especially being in the middle, it might help draw some of the remainders over, which will be good. Oh my god. Could you not? Alright, not enjoying that at all. This guy's gotta go. Oh god, I hate these things so much. Go away.
Brace yourselves. Time for a light show.
I don't enjoy fighting those things at all. Really with any character, but a ranged character that can stand behind the barriers is, I think, possibly the most annoying thing ever. Gonna get over here and see if I can get that burst from Bennett set back up. Beidou just could not quite get me that. Oh, come on. No. Definitely did not want him lighting that back up. I would have liked to have seen this go a little bit quicker, but, you know, it's not too bad. A little over a minute is not horrible, but it could have definitely been a little better. Mia pal, you love Diluc, to be honest. I mean, hey, I don't think he's a bad character. I just don't enjoy playing him that much. All right. This one should be 2. get in the center here and see if I can draw these enemies in here. Oh, okay, you can just crush Mona. That's cool too.
Written in the stars.
Alright, well, you guys are just gonna die
Time for
now.
a swirl.
I don't like any of you. Please die faster. Yeah, I'll just keep him frozen for a second. Let Mona charge up a little health inside the,
Decided by
this
destiny.
is second Mona burst in a very short span of time.
Whirling.
Alright, so he's gone. Now it's just the easy enemies. Oh, he's like trying to back away from me. Oh, he tried to shoot me in the face. Get out of here with that garbage. Alright. So yeah, the second half was definitely a lot easier, but this team I think is a little bit more refined. Alright. I'd rather take stuff that's gonna last for everything. I think Elemental Mastery will be generally more effective, so I'm gonna go with that. Alright. Oh god, I keep doing that. I did it again. Yeah, might as well just burn him up a little bit then. Well, let's get the Bennett burst going then, because I'm gonna get completely screwed if I don't. And we'll just throw all of this down then. I got 0.5 seconds until this lights up anyways, so yeah, okay. So that did okay damage on that group. I should have like 1.5 enemies here. This guy's still up. Won't matter in a second. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, he did stay in it. I was gonna say, that's annoying. This guy. No, I want to kill this one. Unless he starts healing him. Then I want to kill the other one.
Think you can get away?
Okay, let's see if I can actually draw him out of the range of that. Didn't quite get the Bennett burst the way I wanted to, but that's okay. He's gone, so now I can just blast it out on this guy now.
Time for a light show.
Alright, so most of the other skills are down.
Brace yourself.
I can see a little bit of extra health too while I'm at it.
Back off.
I want that elemental burst back up from Beto. That'll really help me finish this guy off quick.
Eyes on me. Everybody stand.
I think I did it again. Yeah, I did. I immediately swapped it. I didn't even mean to pop that. It didn't really matter though. Alright. So not too big there. Alright. Draw them all into the center immediately too. And these guys are gonna die so fast. Yeah, they're gonna be gone quick.
Let me scribe.
There's one left. Yeah, this team is broke. My Ayaka and Mona team is completely broke. They just kill everything really fast. Oh my god, Ganyu and Yoimiya are gonna power creep Amber. As if the guys saying that weren't the same guys bashing the people using Amber in co-op. Yeah, probably. I mean, Amber was always a starter character. She's not horrible, but she certainly doesn't deal the kind of damage that Yoimiya does, so, yeah. Let's see if I can
Time for takeoff.
kind of get this loaded up. I need to get a Bennett burst going quick. I don't know why I'm charging it so slowly, but the mages are gone. Alright. Alright, you gotta go.
Fire hazard.
Alright, so with she's definitely cutting through this version of him pretty quick. I can't really complain about that. Alright, so now that his shield should be coming up anytime now, let me back off him. There we go.
The power.
And I need to get another Bennett burst. Would be handy. I don't know.
Shall set you free.
Adventure time.
This is not going to do any damage. I'm just sticking with him until I get the burst. There we go.
Time for a light show.
Ow.
Fuse is lit.
And then this should actually help cut the shield pretty quick. But even in Bennett's burst, even Bennett's normal swings would still do, you know, elemental damage regardless. So, ow. That was kind of annoying.
Here we go.
Oh, could you not?
The truth shall set you free.
Oh, again.
For a light show.
I really hate that ability. Back off for a second. Fortunately, Yoimiya can deal good damage to his shield from a distance, which is, you know, nicer than a lot of other characters who really can't. Alright. That one didn't do it. Okay, there we go. That one's gone. Alright. So let's see.
Written
Gonna
in
go
the
ahead and
stars.
just blast these out here. Those two didn't even get their shields up. Oh yeah, they didn't get their shields up.
The birds
Oh, that doesn't bode well for this guy.
My
Like those
apologies.
two Abyss mages did not even get a chance to shield.
Unthinkable.
Would have thought he would have frozen from that, but he didn't. It's okay.
wind
Oh, I
strike.
should have swapped back. No big deal. I'll still get that elemental burst in a reasonable amount of time. All right, I need to back off now. All right, there we go. Just gonna go ahead and throw this in right away. Throw this down too while I'm at it. Yeah, he won't do well at all because he'll just keep getting frozen. Much more ideal than my Eula team in this particular instance. My Eula team, like, you know, if you've ever tried to fight an Abyss Lecter with Eula, you know that like she will continuously she'll continuously shatter it, so like you can't keep him frozen, and you can't move at all to Ayaka because she doesn't shatter it. So it just makes it really, really, really easy. I do need to exit because I'm going to floor 11 and I need to see what to expect and which team needs to go where. Aether says, yo, what's your say on them having the Lecter and Herald in floor 10 as opposed to when they were only floor 12, if you recall before? It doesn't really bother me. You know, like as we, you know, as players, you know, grow, we learn how to adapt to those enemies. You know, even myself, like early on, I wasn't really sure the best way to approach those guys because you know, outside of the actual main boss fights, for them in the story, we'd pretty much only encounter them in the Spiral Abyss. Well, you know, the more we do it, the more exposure we have, the easier they get, and the more comfortable you are with their counters. So, you know, having them in floor 10 now, like, as you can see, like, they're not really that big a deal. You counter them and you keep moving. So it's a matter of making sure you have characters leveled that can counter it. So, you know, even with the team I've been running for Yoimiya, you know, it's not a particularly unreasonable team. The two support characters are 4-star characters, so they're characters that people have access to. But even if you don't have Venti and Yoimiya, there, you know, there's lots of guides out there on how to 36-star the Spiral Abyss with free-to-play 4-star characters. So it's definitely still a thing that's very doable. All right, so we get increased pyro and cryo damage. Well, that's super nice, considering that is exactly the two elements that I've been using this evening. Okay, so it's looking like primarily Electro in this one, so I'm thinking the cryo team will go in team 2 right now, unless they... There's a Lecter and 11 again. It's just the Electro one. I'm thinking Pyro's still in the first. Yes. Okay, so my Ayaka team will be great for this. My Pyro team should be good for this. That should work, I believe. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep my Yoimiya team in chamber, or, you know, in the first half, Ayaka team in the second. I think this will work nicely. And, you know, like, this is one of those things where having Bennett finally leveled and usable is kind of opening up new worlds for me as far as, like, the way I approach the Spiral Abyss, because now I essentially have a whole third team that I never used to use. Well, really, it's more like a fourth. But, you know, with this here, like, I have so many more options now. I feel like everything's much more effective. You know, even leveling up characters like Diona changed the game for me as far as having access to effective support characters. I know they're 4-star characters, and having every 5-star character in the game makes it seem like, you know, oh, I can just use those. No, don't do that. I made that mistake for a long time, and all it did was cost me stars in the later floors of the Spiral Abyss. And honestly, because I still don't have characters like Xiangling, Kaya, or Xingqiu leveled up, I still have problems with it occasionally. So those are characters that I still have, you know, to prioritize to get leveled up. Even Child, he's a 5-star character, obviously. But these are characters I need to get leveled up, you know, I need to get them set up appropriately so that they can really contribute to my long-term team comps and options. You know, and the further we get into the game, the more options that I'll have, or opportunities I'll have to do that. But it's going to take some time. Especially what with Shogun coming out. I'm planning to build a whole team around her too, so. All right. Elemental skill damage plus 20. That'll really help for Yoimiya's main primary damage, so that'll be big. Tevada, sorry, remember to stay close to the cryohypostasis when it gets low. Yeah, so yeah, I know. If you stay closer, the ice, the ball thing, you stay closer to it. So you don't have to go chasing it from a long distance and use up all your stamina trying to get to him. Also, another thing a lot of people don't know is that you can actually charge shot those things with an archer character and it still counts. So, and you don't even have to full charge it. You can just, like, you know, hold it down for a second and it'll give you what you want. So that still gets it done. Okay, I did that backwards again. I have a horrible tendency of doing that. And I'm gonna just use this one up first before I swap off of it, because I think it would be better.
Think you can get away?
Alright, so I got some electro enemies in here. I did not use Beto's burst. I'm gonna save that to, for the next group. But that was pretty good overall. There's a bunch of electro enemies in here anyways, so that doesn't really help me that much.
Yahoo!
Alright, I actually really should have waited to use Yoimiya's skill again, because I need the...
That didn't count.
I needed the,
Everybody stand back. Time for takeoff.
God, I can't even think of the word I was going to use now. I needed the skill still, but it's fine.
Time for a light show.
Alright, so they're going pretty quick, not like crazy fast or anything. Oh, these guys will definitely need to, oh, I got the Wolves Gravestone proc on that. That'll be nice. Let me see if I can get Bennett's burst going. There it is. And Beto. Now I just need to go ahead and light them up. Make it even easier with this. Now they'll die fast. And I really still need to level up Yoimiya's elemental burst. It's only in an okay spot right now. I think it's like level 4 or something, so it's not crazy effective or anything the way it's set up at the moment. Oh my god, this guy. Stop trying to get that charge. Would like to kill this a little bit faster. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hitting this thing while he pings around in there, aren't I?
Here we go. Let's light it up.
God, he stayed up in the air above me. All right, dude, you gotta die. What is it? 2 more of them? Yeah, it is 2 more of them. That's not gonna do much. That's the one thing I don't like about overload comps is the tendency to knock the enemies away. This team is not doing quite as well as I was kind of hoping it would, but it's not doing horrible. I just need to get more elemental burst charge. See if I can lock this one up in a, you know, in this, maybe it'll go a little better. All right, just keep trying to shoot him in this. Yeah, this is taking a long time.
I'm going in.
I'm definitely using that again.
Time for a light show.
All right, you gotta go, man. That was the longest. Oy. All right. Let's see if I can make back some time on this. Probably. I want that lodge to come over here before I start using other abilities.
Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Decided.
Go ahead and top this down too.
Shadows of
All right, this guy's going. Yeah, I'll make a lot of time back on this one. Yeah, I knew I would. That team is so broke. All right, cool. So still maxed that out. No problem. I knew that team would make all the time back. Elemental Mastery. I could take attack 40, but only for this chamber. I think I'm going to take the Elemental Mastery and keep loading a build. All right. Let's see if I can melt his shield before I start blasting out all these other abilities. Alright, that's annoying.
Brace yourself.
Alright, I need you to not be freezing me. That's really annoying. Kind of wasting my Beto's elemental burst right now. Oh my god, no. That was way too close. Okay, I'm getting frozen constantly right now. Oh my god, do not get up like that, please. You gotta die, dude. Oh, come on. And all I can do is retry. Okay, I need to definitely approach that from a better position, don't I? Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lure them both to this back corner. I got a little too aggressive anyways. Oh, what are you... Come on, teleport. What are you doing? Get over here. Why aren't they teleporting? Oh my god. Of course they tried to do that to me. Oh. Okay, well, that's a little better.
Let's light it up. Here we go.
Alright. Need that venti burst. That would be nice.
Let's light it up.
Oh, come on. Can't just be teleporting immediately like that. Oh my god, you're gonna kill Bennett. Yep. My god. Ugh. Alright. This is going poorly. They would not teleport to me until they put me in a bad position. So they're just kind of boxing me out right now. Need to gain stamina back. Alright, you gonna teleport to me right away this time? Yeah. Good.
Let's play. Power that ended
Alright, let's see if I can just go ahead and get rid of his ice prisons immediately. That'll be helpful.
Time for a light show.
Oh my god, this bubble garbage. Definitely the most annoying attack in the whole damn game. Just sits in a bubble and stares at you while you sit there. The worst. Oh my god. Of course he dodges that.
Here we go.
Charge it from Venti.
I'm going in.
Get out of here with this garbage. Don't even remember what enemy comes after this. This guy's driving me freaking insane anyways.
Let's play.
Just recharge this again. Yeah, he's done. Take the Wolf's Gravestone proc. That was way too much work.
Brace
Yeah, I
yourself.
did that too late. Oh, that was close.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Nope.
Fuse is lit.
Alright. Should be able to burn through him pretty quick now. Just go ahead and absorb that first attack with that. Whoa, that was
I wouldn't
close.
think you can get away.
Oh, did she still die? She still died. Are you kidding me?
Eyes on me.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have no choice but to do it again anyway. Oh, wait. No, she was dead. She was definitely dead. It was gray. Oh god. Why am I struggling so hard with this right now? Alright. Let's just run down here. Hold on to some stamina. I need to get them to teleport down here again. There we go.
Power that ended high.
No, I don't even care. Just, I'm sitting in the shield for now. It's fine.
Fireworks.
Really hate this thing and his damn bubbles. Alright, he didn't get me with the prison at least that time. Oh, come on. He got me with the damn bubble again, though. And that's really the thing about both of these enemies, is they both cast these damn bubble shells. Like, you know, you get the ice prison or you get the water prison, but either way, you're not moving very much. Alright. A lot more effective on the first round this time. About, I don't know, 30 seconds quicker. So that's good. Alright, that worked out well enough.
Time for takeoff.
Let's see if I can get, no, that did not work the way I wanted it to at all. Nope.
Teamwork is dreamwork. That didn't
Oh,
count.
ow.
Go
Alright, come on now. Oh my god.
please.
He's pretty much boxing me out of my Bennett circle there briefly. It was really annoying. Oh my god, this guy is driving me insane with his little field that you gotta stay away from. Come on. He won't even attack me when I want him to attack me. Get out of here with this crap.
Everybody stand back.
Well, at least I'm getting damage applications from that. Okay, of course he tries immediately to step on Yoimiya's face. The character who's, you know, set to be the primary DPS for this team. It's really annoying. All right. That was enough of that. That was really obnoxious, but okay. So we got through that. And here's the Lector again.
No.
3 enemies, 2 Abyss Mages over there, which I kind of set like that.
Time to go.
Let's see if I can...
One with wind and
That'll work nicely to get rid of their shields. Let's get rid of these 2 Abyss Mages first, before this Abyss Lector messes me up.
Delve into destiny.
Need to hold on to the Elemental Bursts. Actually, I could use Mona's, though, because that doesn't really have much impact on the
Written in the
on the
stars.
shield. Alright, I need to get away from him. Come on, charge it up. Let's go. And I'll throw this again. Okay, come on. There we go.
Southwest swirl.
Make sure we give him Kazuha. Bust down some of his resistance to that. he's gonna lose his shield really quick.
Whirling snow.
Come
Grace be upon
on. Ooh, that was on the buzzer, I think. Yeah, either that or it was 1 more minute. I can't remember. That was about as close. I think it was 1 more minute, though. That was right on the 7-minute mark, though. Okay, ER might be nice for this. Yeah, I mean, it's the last floor I could take any, but really, I think ER is going to be the way to go. Okay, let's see. Okay, Cryo Hypo. It's my first time fighting Cryo Hypo with these characters, so honestly, I'm not even really sure what to expect from this. It's a very different approach for me. I usually just obliterate Cryo Hypo with Hu Tao, but we'll see how this ends up working out. Seems like it's mostly fine. I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem.
Let's light it up.
Alright, just a little bit more. Could you not?
Fuse is lit.
Alright, just a few more hits, I think, and that should set him into the whole death throes. Oh, come on, there we go. Alright. Oh, that one totally missed. That sucks. One to go. And let's just make sure I don't mess this up.
Here comes the fireworks.
And get out of here. Okay, cool. That's about as good as I could have hoped for a first go at the cryo hypostasis with a team that I've never fought cryo hypostasis with. So that wasn't bad. I'll take it. All right, now for the pyro hypo. This is the team I usually use to fight pyro hypo, although I don't know. Pyro hypo is weird. Sometimes I have really, really, really good runs with pyro hypo, and then other times I do horrible. It's weird. Ow, ow. Come on now, you stupid butterflies. Get out of here. Mona's great at destroying his shield, though. She really is.
Take flight.
Ah, too early.
Shake your hand, stir.
Alright. Not exactly what I was hoping to do with that, but okay.
Delve into destiny.
There's 1, 2, 3. Come on. How about you let me actually attack you, please? Should be able to now.
My opponent.
Come on.
Embrace
Let's
the
hope
ice.
for a good amount of damage with that. Alright, well, I'll put him at half. Yeah, see, this is one of those not good runs where I'm not taking like a ton of damage or anything. I just can't seem to get the damage out to put him away fast. Like, I've had runs where I probably killed the pyro hypo in like 30 seconds, and then some of them I just kind of flounder like this, where I miss opportunities. At least I'm getting some stamina back here.
Let me scribe. Decided by
For this
destiny.
one. He should sink down and allow me to finally kill him. Alright, cool. So not really difficult, just kind of a lengthy fight. Alright, on to floor 12. Alright. Go ahead and claim the rewards from that one. Not that they're anything super special or anything. Alright. I never get anything I really want from those anyways. I really wish that they would enhance the results from those boxes. Or let us choose. I would just take gladiator stuff from it, honestly. Alright. Definitely want a clumper, that's for sure. I'm thinking a Yaka team for round 2 right now. God, you know, Magu Kenki makes me want to take Yoimiya to the first one, or to the second one, just to see how that works, but I don't know. I'm not loving the Ruin Hunter over here. I'm really not. Like, the first half of this one, really both of these seem like they're gonna be kind of rough. Maybe a Magu Kenki I'm kind of, like, low-key bad at. Like, I've not really outside of getting what the materials that I needed for Kazuha, I really haven't fought that boss very much, so I kind of am terrible at predicting him. Alright, so let's see here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking my Ayaka team will go to team 2 for now, but I might end up having to swap a team here. I might end up having to bring a different team into this mix, like maybe get Eula involved. But we'll kind of see how this works out, or maybe Hu Tao. But we'll kind of see how it ends up working out this time around. Gonna go to, you know, I could, hang on, let me see something. Just based on the enemies, there's no, that's a Hydro. Yeah, I think Pyro will do, yeah, you know what? I am going to try a triple Pyro for this. I'm gonna bring Bennett still, obviously, but I'm also gonna bring Hu Tao on this one. And then I'm still gonna bring Venti as their clumper. And then the Ayaka team I'm not gonna change. I don't really think or anticipate it needing any differences right now, but we'll kind of see how that ends up working out. And we'll try this. All right. Energy recharge for sure. And we'll kind of see what this what this ends up being like.
Let's get down to business.
You know what? I did that out of order too. Okay, so these guys are not exactly grouped where I want them to be. Just throw down the Bennett burst.
Let's light it up, everybody. God's over.
Hu Tao, I'm at it.
You know a thing or two.
Okay. Well, she's definitely doing good with them, but she's just a really good character anyways, so that's no surprise. Alright. Got the elemental burst again, so let's just use it.
Time for a light show.
And let's see what I can stack up on these guys from a distance before I have to blast Hu Tao into the mix.
Fireworks. Let's light it
See if I
up.
can get that elemental burst back too. Good.
Everybody stand back.
Ow.
Time for takeoff.
Throw this in too.
Higher, higher, hands on fire.
And it's okay. I'm feeling glad that I brought Hu Tao for this, because I think this would have been a little rougher otherwise.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Alright, it's not doing bad. I feel like there could definitely be some improvements.
Here we
I
go.
would like to see this resolve a little quicker right now. Damn, I got missed. Oh, what? I didn't even see that one. So both Hu Tao and Yoimiya kind of work on that same principle where if you blow that one attack out too early, you end up wasting it, which is kind of obnoxious. Oh, I hate when they freaking heal. God, it's so annoying. Get out of here with this.
Here comes the fireworks.
Losing a lot of time on this first one.
Here we go.
I feel like this whole low tide thing, like I never really remember how this works. I think you get a lot more energy recharge, so you should like, hold your bursts. I need to review how that works. It's been a hot minute since low tide was one of the effects in here. I'm gonna have to make back a lot of time with my other team though. I think you're supposed to hold. Oh, that was way too close. Yeah, I think you're supposed to hold. And I'm gonna have to look at how that works again. You restart if there's a heal. Yeah, I could see why. All right, so let's try this one and see if I can make that time back.
Delved into destiny, written in the star.
Oh, come on. Oh, God. Like, they can't even move and
Adorn my nights, one with
they're, like,
nature.
annoying me with their garbage.
Take flight.
These two will die quick. It's gonna be a really, mostly a matter of who replaces them, I think. I think I lose the star already in like 14 seconds unless I can like insta-drop kill whoever comes up behind, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna end up having to restructure my first team. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restructure team 1. Yeah, because like there goes the star right there, so we're gonna leave. Obviously, I have to rebuild team 1. Because that is not going to work. Yoimiya is good, but it's just not gonna work like that. So, abandoned. And Let's take a look at the enemies again. I'm still thinking I'm going to want to bring Venti into that. I just don't see any way around that. And I need to look at... Energy tides are present in this challenge. They will switch between elemental high tide and low. During high tide, a large amount of elemental particles will be generated with a character's attack, restoring 10 elemental energy. This effect can occur every 2.8 seconds. During low tide, all characters in the party cannot gain elemental energy. Okay. So I need to remember that that's how that works. All right, so it kind of makes it seem like you need to hold. All right, so let's see. So the first team, let me look at what's in the first chamber. Like, I think Eula usually does well against those. Not as good against this, but still not bad. She should eat that for breakfast pretty much. And as long as I have Fischl, she does okay with these. So I think I'm going to build a Eula team for that one instead. So let's see. I could still bring Diona. Diona will still function as a good particle regenerator for her. And then Fischl... Kind of tempted to bring Electro Traveler, but I don't remember if I left any gear on Electro Traveler. But Electro Traveler really helps to give Eula her elemental burst back, plus having Electro Resonance stacked on top of this should be really helpful. I'm going to try this and see what happens. Obviously, the whole Hu Tao thing was okay, but it didn't end up working out. And I think it's just for a general like lack of support, although I would like to have Bennett with this team. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to keep Bennett in this team. As the fourth. I feel like bouncing Bennett is a mistake. So let's see. Alright, so Ayaka and then Diona. Oh wait, I have Diona on the wrong team. Yeah, I cannot transplace her. So here's what we're gonna do. I do want a cryo battery. Rosaria is still okay at pulling cryo battery for her, so that'll work fine. And then I still definitely need Fischl to make sure that I am getting the superconducts out on that. So okay, so Diona needs to go here. I don't know what I was thinking before. Mona and Kazuha. So the one thing I don't have going on over here right now is any kind of a clumper, which could be a problem as well. Isaac, Xing, Hu Tao, Chongyun, OP. Then I mean, this is one of those. This is exactly the situation where like those 4-star characters that I don't have leveled, like Xingqiu and Xiangling, would be really nice, and I just don't have them set up yet. Okay, so let's see here. I feel like I don't really like the idea of having Bennett with Eula. I mean, because it's going to ice out her normal damage. So again, this is where I'm kind of stuck. I feel like I have to bench Bennett. Like, this is one of the reasons why I've been building around this, but like... Alright, so... Alright, I'm going back to Jean. Like, she's my old mainstay for that anyways. And then I'm thinking like this, but I don't have a clumper. I'm just going to have to hopefully be able to kill these enemies quick. I might have to make some adjustments again still. So we'll see what happens with this. Jean usually helps make my Eula's attacks a lot faster, which is why I usually keep her with Eula. So we'll see what happens.
You can't run.
Throw down a whole bunch of extra attacks here.
Freeze to the core.
Already got Eula's elemental burst. Obviously, the thing just started, so Eula's usually a really fast burster. So I'm feeling like this will probably help. Yeah, she died fast.
Crush. Wings of darkness.
And we'll go and pick up some attack speed from Jean again. And the next one should be a
More speed.
hold.
Rack and ruin.
Go. Not bad. The attack speed back up again.
Punishment.
And let's see. Hopefully I can get some extra particles going with that. Nice. Should be an extra charged
I
one.
condemn you.
Nice. That'll help out a lot. Yeah, these guys are going down a lot faster.
More speed. Crush.
Yeah, they're gonna take a lot of damage from this. Yeah, one of them's already down.
Let us cross swords.
Oh, almost lost my Eula. That was way too close.
Beg for mercy. By royal decree.
Oh, God, I hate when they do that. They teleport away and heal.
Shudder.
Now I gotta do it again. God, he was almost down.
Crush.
It's obnoxious. That is just the worst.
Lights out.
Don't like you.
Midnight.
Oh, ow. You're just eating extra time off the clock for me right now, which is so irritating. Dude. All right. So that took like an extra 20 seconds that it probably shouldn't have because he got that heal off. So we'll see kind of what goes on with this. All right. They did not get their little swirl attack off this time, so that should help a lot.
Sakura swirl.
Yeah, these two go down really quick because of that.
Decided by destiny.
The last enemy doesn't actually pop. Great. Oh, wait, did it? It did pop. Okay, cool.
Clouds high.
I need to try to keep this Mirror Maiden off her feet so that she can't mark me.
My apologies.
You can keep a Mirror Maiden off of her feet, then she cannot, you know, if she can't mark, then she can't. Oh my God, really?
Deny.
Well, that's irritating. Now I have no choice but to retry again. Now I have to restart. Great. That's really annoying. All right. Well then. Well, I have a chance to make that time back. It's really irritating how quick she killed my Mona.
Beg for mercy.
A thing or two.
Flood of frost.
Right.
Eye for an
There's a
eye.
lot of extra damage out really quick. I should have hit my Gene first before going into this. All right. Mistakes were made. Still a lot of damage on that enemy. Nope. Need to get in Gene here again. Now that High Tide is up again too, I need to make sure that I get
Odds revealed.
everything going. I did the initial run of attacks out of order.
I swear by my
That kind of
sword.
messed me up already.
Crush.
All right, come on. Let's get this guy out of here quick.
You know a thing or two.
Losing a lot of time. I might need to restart again.
More. To the thing.
Beg for mercy.
Right.
Go and fly.
As you wish.
Judgment. Never. Vengeance
All right.
will
Now
be
I've got
mine.
the attack speed from
Shut up.
Gene. I need to use the hold. I missed it.
I condemn you.
Go. That should be a lot of damage on both. Whoa! Almost lost Eula again. That was really close.
You can't run. Crush.
All right. Oh my God! This guy healed again. This guy is the
Beg for mercy.
worst. Stop healing.
Crush.
All
Judgment.
right, well, I should be able to throw down a lot of damage with this.
Midnight.
Flood of frost. Rack and ruin.
All right. Oh yeah, he's gone. All right, I think that was a little quicker. I think I held into the minute and a half mark on that. So we'll see how this goes.
Delved into death.
Did I got him? Oh, I got one of them anyway before they got that little ability off.
Fate is upon you. Embrace the ice.
All right, well, we're in low tide now. So I cannot regain energy particles. God, they didn't really stay where I wanted them to.
One with
The
nature.
worst.
Shadows of fate. Whirling snow.
All right. Oh. God, dang it. Yeah, it's the worst. Come on. That was kind of annoying. Alright, so like I was saying, if you can keep the Mirror Maiden from marking you, you can actually do a lot of damage to her without, you know, her being, or, you know, you can keep her able to be manipulated, because as soon as she marks you, you can no longer freeze her. And then she's able to do all of her annoying attacks to you. Yeah, I think she just got it. So that was not ideal. Come on, I need oh no, she didn't get it. Okay, cool. Well, great. 'Cause I should. Oh, I did slow die. Damn. Just for a second, I thought I was gonna have it. But because of low tide, I think I lost this one still. Yeah, I just lost it. They're both gonna die just seconds after. I'm gonna have to retry the floor again anyways. Alright, so I think... It just barely broke out and caused me to lose the star. I'm gonna restart again. Let's see. Oh, hey Panda, how's it going? Welcome. Simply stop dying, it's bad for your health. I would generally agree with that. Alright, so I feel like the team is working. It's the high tide and low tide thing that's definitely kind of causing me... Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. The run is fast enough to kill both. If I kill both of the samurais fast enough to prevent the heal, and the heal is the problem. And I think, yeah, if you don't kill them both at the same time, you end up with a heal. So, like, you have to kill them kind of close to each other. So I kind of need to close the gap on that. So I'm gonna stick with the same team. You know, it seemed like it was fast enough. I don't really feel like I need to change that. And Rosaria. Diona, Mona, and Kazuha. There we go. Okay. Same with energy again. I think that's still going to be the play.
Let's get down to business. You know a thing or two.
Did that out of order. I'm going to wait and get one more attack off from Jean first.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
And hopefully I can still get that elemental burst back from, oh god, this is not okay. These guys are repositioning way too much. Well, two of them went down quick enough.
Beg for mercy.
Oh, he repositioned on me.
Shudder.
Well, the superconductor's still allowing me to pop these guys pretty quick.
Beg for mercy.
Midnight fantastic. Go and fly.
Crush.
Okay.
Punishment.
Oh, I'm really glad I used that elemental burst because it ate that.
Swear by my sword.
Alright.
Flood of frost.
And this should give me
Rack and
the...
ruin.
Yeah, it gave me all of that back. Let's go ahead and spread out the damage a little bit because I'm
Crush.
focusing on one too much and then they're both too
More speed.
low.
As you wish, me.
Lights out.
Alright. Oh, I missed. That sucks. Oh, he healed immediately. There was like no time between that. You have to basically kill him at exactly the same time. Like there was maybe what 2-3 seconds between that. Like, come on. That is the worst. All right, let's try it again.
More speed.
Let's get down to business.
Put down everything here right away. The attack speed buff.
Freeze to the
And
core.
I get
Beg for mercy.
Say no more.
away.
I condemn you.
So this one, he's down. He came to me.
Shadow Raven. Go and fly. You can't run.
One. Second one should be coming up in a second. There we go. I'll use the charge before I use the elemental burst.
Rack and ruin.
Nice, he came into it.
Flood of frost.
One more.
More speed.
Come on.
Beg for mercy. Lights out.
Ah, come on.
Wind.
He's
Hear
gonna
me.
heal. Yep. I can't. I cannot get them both at the same time. Like, I keep going back to the one that's got higher health, but the other one, you know, comes in and gets killed by it. Jeez.
Punishment.
Alright, let's throw it all down again.
You know a thing or two.
Shudder. Vengeance
Back
will
in the
be
correct
mine.
order this time.
Eye for an eye.
These first enemies just get absolutely shredded. And he managed to stay out of it. It's kind of annoying. I don't want to use that right now.
Beg for mercy.
One. Alright, these two again.
Lights out.
Throw it all down.
Oz,
Take the speed boost here. Oh, that was way too close.
Guide us.
Almost lost Eula.
Flood of frost.
Alright, that should give me
Rack and ruin.
a second hit. Need to go back to him. Need him to stay close.
Crush.
Alright, they're pretty even right now.
Judgment. By royal decree.
Ow.
Go as planned.
Attack speed back
Beg
up.
for mercy.
I feel like the one problem I'm really having right now is that I am
Crush. Freeze to the
I'm
core.
bouncing back and forth between
I
the two.
condemn
But,
you.
oh man. Okay. That was a lot better. Alright, so hopefully I got enough time to where I can knock it out on this one. We'll see. Alright, so let's see if we can knock it out. Nope, get them off their feet first.
Shadows of fate.
Nice. Alright, so that worked out well enough. Causal burst, you know what, I'm just gonna throw it all down. These guys are the worst anyways. I don't want them getting a whole ton of health back. He did separate, but he doesn't have a lot of health anyways. Oh god. I keep getting impatient. Come on. You gotta die. Alright, there's the Mirror Maiden.
Shall be punished.
Alright, I need to see if I can keep her frozen until I can get... There we go.
One with wind and cloud.
That should help. Alright, I got Elemental Burst here. Mirror Maiden is... Where the hell did she even go? I don't even know where she is. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna end up having to change something. Like, there's just not enough. Like, I'm not able to keep them together. Alright, let me see if I can draw them to each other. I can knock that shield out really fast. I'm not worried about that. Can Ayaka burst that right out of her? Come on.
Shadows of... Look at you!
One with
Come on.
Whirling
She's
snow.
just not taking enough damage. She's just not... I just can't get it. It's just... it's because of the low tide. I can't get the elemental burst back.
Take flight.
Like, this is even actually a little bit longer than the last time I failed it, because last time I failed it, it was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds behind. This is getting a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. Man. Alright, trying again.
Let's get down to business.
Alright, throwing it all again.
You know a thing or two.
Shudder. Vengeance will be mine.
Hopefully, you know, really what I need is just a couple of few lucky placements so that these enemies are close enough to each other to where, you know, things like Eula's Elemental Burst hits multiple targets every time. That's the kind of stuff that you need. Although these two guys literally did the opposite. Like, I got the burst and then they backed off each other right afterwards, which is kind of not what I wanted them to do, obviously. Oh, close. Almost got her burst back, but I think we're in low tide again. I'm gonna go ahead and take the elemental burst.
Judgment.
No rest for the
All right,
wicked.
come on,
Beg for
man.
mercy.
All right, the burst is up.
Freeze to the
Just
core.
used 1, so that's 2 now. So that should be good damage.
Crush.
Oh my god, they split up. Oh, it killed both. Well, that was exactly what I was looking for. It's a good thing Eula's elemental burst hits like a truck. Her elemental burst is crazy. That's why she's my favorite. All right. So let's see if this one ends up working out. Because this is the one that keeps going badly. No, you don't get to do that.
Fate is upon
Goes
you.
down first.
Whirling snow. Coming to art. So many...
As one with wind and
All
cloud.
right.
I'm a rock.
How did he survive that? God, it's so obnoxious.
Shadows of fate.
Yo, die.
My apologies.
I'm hitting them with huge amounts of damage. They're like, nah, it's okay. I'm fine.
Decided
Let's
by
see if I can get a Eula burst, or not Eula burst, a Mona burst to really help me out with that.
Embrace the
Alright, Alright, elemental high tide has begun. Well, that's good. Maybe I can actually get a bit of extra energy for some more bursts here. That'll really help.
Can't handle your drink.
Ow, come on. Oh god, I'm stuck on this thing.
Unworthy opponent.
Whoa, what is even happening right now?
One with nature.
Couldn't really see where anything was there. Oh
Written
god,
in the
ow.
stars. My reckoning.
Oh, come on.
Has come.
That's not okay. Ugh. See, and this is the one where I have a lot more time, and of course now I've got a death, which, you know, is in floor 1, I think? Like,
Into the wind.
did she heal? I feel like that
One
one
with
healed.
wind and cloud.
Like this loss of Mona, definitely, I just need to go ahead and restart again. Oh god. This is bad. I don't know that I'm gonna get that lucky again with the Yola team, because I made back so much time on this one. Like, it was like 35 seconds ahead of the last run. That was a lot. But, alright. Let's go.
You can't
Lucky
budge.
day.
Shiver. By royal decree.
House down!
I swear by
No,
my
that is
sword.
not what I meant to
Beg
do.
for mercy.
That's what I was trying to
Will
do.
be mine.
Whatever.
Rack and release.
These guys need to stay together. Okay, well, they're kind of splitting up on me. Okay, they're both gone. Good.
Shadow wave. Judgment.
Get the speed buff. You know, let's throw down the Rosaria as well while I'm at it. Elemental low tide again, which means I'm not building elemental burst.
Beg for
I
mercy.
need high tide to come back.
Odds revealed. Yeah.
Get the attack speed back while I'm waiting. Alright, cool. I'm charging again. Alright, get out of here.
Judgment. Shiver. Flood of frost.
Come on. Should be a lot of damage for both.
More speed.
As long as they stay close enough to one another. Yeah, there we go. I just swapped characters and forced it from where I was standing. So that was still good timing. I think that was, if I was watching right, it was still under a minute. So that could work. So long as, or right at a minute. So long as I can still get these guys in a good enough position.
Clouds high.
This way, instead of freezing them first, because that, oh god, come on. They, oh god. Yeah, the whole Ayaka burst just missed where I wanted to place it. It sucks. So that other one totally did not really take very much damage, which is just not okay. Now I'm gonna have to struggle with this one. Which kind of negates a lot of the time I made back. Now I'm using extra elemental bursts to kill one enemy. I really don't want to use another one. I'm gonna have only about a minute to kill the last two now. A little over a minute, I guess. Get over here on this one, I think. Let the Mirror Maiden come to me. Maybe I'm just over-focusing on the Mirror Maiden.
Time to get
See if I can pick up a element with this.
Shadows of fate.
No, this is just going badly. I think I completely played this wrong.
Written in the stars. Be gone.
I'm not really getting
Take flight.
much damage out at all for what I would like.
Can't handle you. Let me scribe.
Come on.
The wind knows.
Alright, well, the Kazuha burst should take care of the other one again.
My apologies. Decided by
Or
destiny.
at least close.
Sakura swirl.
Elemental low tide again. God, she is still alive over there. It's ridiculous. Come on. Oh, of course. Of course she gets that out before I can get it. Oh, God.
Into the wind.
Much
Nope.
remains.
Well, I tried.
Finished.
You know, I was thinking, you know, before that happened, I was just going to let it go. I'll just pass the floor or whatever, and I'll come back and try it again later. Because I'm getting frustrated, and there's just no way just being blind and frustrated is going to make this any better. But, you know...
By royal decree.
Oh, nope. Didn't do that right. Just wasted my official burst.
Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
And I don't know that that actually hit anything the way I wanted it to.
Shudder.
I'll probably get all three in this position. Oh, only got two. God, I'm losing time already. He was just barely out of position for that. That's terrible. Alright, come on, give me this back at least.
Odds revealed.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna retry because I have no chance the way it's falling right now. Alright. Back at it.
Crush. Judgment.
Alright, well I started with a Eula Burst that time, which is a little bit non-standard, but it's fine. It really doesn't impact
Freeze to the
anything.
core. Rack and ruin.
Well, the first one's already down, you know, and I'm just gonna swap there. Oh my god, really? He
Fake
dodged
mercy.
out of it. God. You know, like, I decided to take the gamble and pre-swap just to go ahead and make it, you know, fired off right there, and he dodged out of it. Well, that was horrible. Alright.
Shudder.
Still making okay time, but I need to get these guys down quick.
Beg for mercy.
Are we on low tide? I can't even remember. I wish it would be. Okay, now we're in high tide. There we go.
Barbados.
Take an elemental burst while I'm at it.
You can't run. Shiver. Beg for mercy. Flood of frost.
Oh god, I'm gonna need to get a lot of damage out on
Eye
this.
for an eye.
Stay focused on the pyro. Oh, he moved away. It's not gonna work now.
Shudder.
Oh, he's alive. I thought he died. He didn't die.
Yeah. Crush.
Well, I'm losing a little bit of time because I'm kind of,
Beg for mercy.
you know, stagnating here. But I got them both at the same time, so that it just depends, you know. Like I need this part to go better, and I just don't seem to be able to kill this Mirror Maiden very fast. Which is crazy because this is the team, at least in the overworld, where, you know, like I pretty much melt the Mirror Maidens without a problem. Oh god. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's pull these two back in again.
Stars. Whirling snow.
Where did the other one go? Oh, pff, he was like floating above me. Oh, come on with this. Ah, dude, come on. This is not going quite as I had hoped either.
Take flight.
Oh god, I hate when they just barely stay out of the elemental burst. It is the worst. Need to get her elemental burst charged back up again too. Oh, that was a little close. Oh man, I'm losing so much time. So I'm thinking at this point, so long as I can survive the floor, which I should be able to, like, that is my primary goal, then I'm just gonna pass it this time and just come back and do it later because I'm just getting frustrated. So I'd rather just finish for now.
Fate is upon me.
All right, well, let's see if I can get the elemental burst. Oh, well, that works. Hopefully that'll be what I needed to get Diona's elemental burst. No, it's not. Come on, let me out of this damn thing. Ugh, it's the worst. Well, I got the elemental burst now. Alright, fine, you can do that too. Alright, I can bust through that really fast. I'm not worried about that one.
Written in the stars.
Yeah, come on.
Into the wind.
I don't know, I just don't seem to be able to kill this group of two enemies fast enough. Like, honestly, it, like, as many, like, runs as I've done on it, like, I keep, like, the first one I think was the best, and I keep falling off of it by, you know, 15 or 20 seconds after that. My first one, I only missed it by, like, 5 seconds. And then this was, you know, 15 again. Like, I'm gonna have to make the time back later, and I don't want to sit on this floor anymore. I'm gonna move on. I'm definitely gonna take the crit buffs on this one.
Shudder. You
Yeah,
can't
anyway, so that was obnoxious for obvious reasons. These two guys won't last
for
long.
mercy.
I'm not worried about them at all. No, get out of here.
Touche.
You'll pretty much blast those guys. Wrong character.
Freeze to the core.
Yeah, that
Rack
works.
and ruin.
It wasn't quite what I was going for on that, but you know what? It's fine. So long as I don't let my Eula get killed. It's fine.
Wind. Hear me.
Alright, there we go. Want that to go center on him. Oh, come on with the bubble. Oh, come on. Retry. I think. Oh no, I think retry goes back to the first floor, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Just for a second, I thought I screwed myself completely. Whatever.
Crush.
Fortunately, it's just one of those things. Alright, so because I really like to hold that elemental burst for the Law Turtle, I am just going to kill these two guys the manual way instead of relying on Yule's elemental burst because it just doesn't seem necessary. There we go.
Barbados.
Go ahead and use this two, get
By royal decree.
a little extra push from my Yule on this.
Rack and
Start
ruin.
building this up on him right away. Nah, dude, get out of here with that.
Shudder.
Alright, so he's gone. That is not what I was trying to do, but okay.
As you wish.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the elemental burst from Gene and just take some extra health while I'm at it. Build up a margin of safety on
More
this.
speed.
Oh, I staggered him nice.
Judgment. Shudder.
That. Oh, another
Vengeance
Eula
will
burst.
be
I'll
mine.
take that too. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of him. Where'd he go?
Crush.
On the wrong side of him. Alright, well, let's move into this one. Where are they? Oh god, I forgot about Megu Genki. Well, at least I didn't waste any abilities on him. Well, I wasted an elemental, but it actually still charged one, so you know what? It's fine. Ow. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I want my Kazuo to get some health back.
Take flight. Embrace the ice.
That might have been a waste. We'll see.
Fate is upon you.
No, this will definitely get me through, I think, to the next stage of the fight at least. Nope. Oh, God, I couldn't get away from it fast enough. I need to charge her elemental burst back up. I am not good at fighting this boss at all.
Let me scry.
Oh, Kazuo died. I didn't even notice that Kazuo died. How did he die? I didn't even see that. I'm gonna go to leave for now, come back and see if it puts me. I don't think it does. I think I have to start from that again. We'll see what happens. If leave for now puts me back on the same part, then I'll do that. But yeah, we'll see. I think this is how you stay on the same one. Usually don't. Yeah, it's the same either way. Okay, whatever. Fine. Ugh, poor Kazuo.
Shudder. You can't run. Shiver.
Take a little attack speed buff. It's 2 already. No, get out of here with that garbage.
I condemn you.
Those 2 are both gone. Take the attack speed buff again. Ooh. Don't like that.
Flood of frost. Rack and ruin.
Yeah, you can go ahead and knock that crap off too. Nope, I gotta swap. I'm gonna just lose Eula if I don't swap.
Crush.
Oz revealed.
Well, he's taking a lot of damage anyway, so it still is going well enough. Gotta get on that mage though before he fixes himself. Oh, come on. I didn't even mean to do that, and I just got my Oz killed immediately, or got my official killed immediately because I popped Oz. You know, Oz is one of those unusual ults where you pop it and you still take damage. Panda playing Captain Obvious over here. Take the attack speed buff again before I get into it with Eula. Alright, so these guys are not playing nice.
Eye for an eye. Barbados.
Go ahead and take this again, 'cause I don't know, something about the way
Beg
this
for
one's
mercy.
falling. I'm pretty sure it's just I'm getting frustrated, so I'm gonna need to just finish this for the love of
More
God.
speed.
Okay. Attack speed again.
Freeze to the core. I condemn you.
This mage out of here before he does something. Oh my God, like that? Like bubble me while I'm in the middle of attacking him? It's the worst. Alright, he's gone.
Midnight.
Wind. Hear
Go
me.
ahead and set the elemental burst while I'm at it.
Judgment. Crush.
He's almost down. Is he good for that? Oh, no, that wasn't what I thought it was. Whoa, get out of here.
You can't run. Lights out.
And attacks me again.
Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
You know, I keep being on the wrong count of that. He'll probably die.
Shudder.
Yeah. All right, so this time I need to keep that from going away. Okay. Nope, I almost got in there and did it again. But at least I stuck him with the element, so he can still recharge some free energy. Not that it matters at the beginning of the fight that much.
Written in the stars.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out again, just like I did last time. I want to keep the Diona burst if I can, though. Ugh. Ow. I was really just trying to get a Diona shield on that, but that did not work out the way I wanted it to. Float above that for a second. Oh, that did not work either, did it?
Birds come.
Alright, try to get Diona just a little bit of health before I get out of that. I always lose track of where Mega Genki moves off to. I feel like I'm gonna... He's gonna... Yep. This is why I hate this boss so... I hate this boss so much. I am terrible at Megu Genki. Megu Genki. I'm terrible at this boss. Absolutely awful at him. This is has been a brutal night. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god.
Crush.
There we go.
Shudder.
Alright. Like that Gene burst too, to make sure everything goes smoothly with this. At this point, I'm not even worried about the stars anymore. I just want to clear it. This floor is getting really irritating.
I swear by my soul. You can't run.
Let's see how far I can get this burst down.
Beg for mercy.
Oh, get out of here with that.
Blood of frost. I
Get
condemn you.
out of here before he bubbles me again. No. Get out of here with that garbage. No, he took a ton of damage from that, so that'll help a lot.
Lights out. Shudder.
I don't even really think I need the elemental burst again. I can
Beg
save it
for
for the
mercy.
next floor, assuming I can survive to it. Alright, well that was definitely the best I've done on that one, but I keep having deaths on Mega Kenki. It might be because, like, you know, Diona's not necessarily the most prolific healer I have. I could easily swap it to Chi-Chi or somebody like that and still have the battery, but I won't have a shield. But I would have a more reliable healer. But, you know, I am already on the second level. I don't want to have to go back if I don't have to, so I would prefer to just survive it this way. Alright. I went ahead and stuck him with that. Wait for him to get out of here, and I'll hit him with the Venerer.
One with nature.
Fate is upon you.
I do this the same as before. Where'd he go? Come on, man. I think that my Mona burst completely missed because he dodged out of it.
Delve into destiny.
Burst.
Can't handle your dream.
Falling leaves.
You can do what you want, man. You can just do what you want. He's gonna stay behind you. Alright, so that's going okay so far. Just have to be really careful about how I play this out. Alright, good. I got Diona away from that.
Let me scribe.
Alright, so Diona's elemental burst is almost back up. And they swap positions again. Oh, I barely dodged that. That was so
Decided by
close.
destiny.
Alright, I'm gonna throw this down and hopefully he doesn't teleport out of it. I don't want to throw down another burst on top of this, though. I feel like I'll lose out a lot of damage. Now I'm definitely going to, though. I want to absorb that attack. I'm terrible at dodging it. You can absorb it. That's just as good. Okay.
Fate is
Go ahead
upon
and
you.
throw a Mona Burst into the mix too while I'm at it.
Sakura swirl.
He stays here. I should be in a good spot.
Pew pew.
Oh yeah, okay. Nice. So that went really well. On to floor 12-3. Last one. That was a little rough. That was a little, I don't know, 3 tries on Megu Kenki. Not too bad though. All right, I'm gonna stick with attack 20. I think I feel like that's gonna be more useful. Root, you said you didn't think he was all that bad because he dueled Eula. Yeah, I mean, Eula's my go-to character for most content because my Eula is so good. You know, she drives me through a lot of content that's really hard, but my Ayaka team is usually really good too. But she's not my first choice for Megu Kenki just due to the fact that he dodges out of attacks, and I just don't fight him that much to know when he's going to do it. Honestly, I need to really practice that boss some more, and I think that would help me a lot. Okay, this guy. Or I can just take a slash straight to the face immediately. Alright, I need to get Fischl down so I can get the, there we go, the superconductor is going to be important for him.
Freeze to the core. Eye
Too
for an
worried
eye.
about him. He should die pretty quick with a Eula burst once that goes off.
Well met.
Ow, please blow up. There we go.
Wind, hear me. Shudder. Good grief.
Oh, again. Alright, Eula's burst is up on cooldown, so I'll take that as a win.
Shiver. Crush.
Alright, so we'll see
Vengeance
how
will be
far I
mine.
can get these down.
I condemn you.
This. Now, these guys are generally resistant to, you know, to physical, but due to having Fischl, that isn't as much of a factor, so that makes this work a lot better.
Shudder.
Which was pretty much the reason why I brought Fischl in this
More
group
speed.
as opposed to leaving her out.
Blood of frost.
Should still be in a good spot.
Eye for an
So in
eye.
this one, oh yeah, he's gonna go quick. Especially since Eula's burst
Beg
is
for
up.
mercy.
That'll probably finish him. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. First half was fine, no problems there. This is the one that I'm worried about. And that's really only if I make mistakes, probably. Where's the other enemies? Is it just him? It might just be him. Either that or something's gonna hit me in the back in a second.
Can't handle your dreams. Let me scribe.
Alright.
My apologies.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Get everything down on him.
Pew pew.
Alright, I'm gonna
Decided
use
by
the
destiny.
Mona burst too while
one
I'm
with
at it.
nature.
Embrace the ice. Whirling snow.
Oh yeah, he'll be going quick. And then what's gonna replace it? More of these things? Yeah, more of these things. Alright.
Yeah.
Use that burst. Come on.
Into the wind.
Delves into destiny.
Whoa, that's not okay. So you know what? I need all these enemies to kind of round up. Come over here. Come on.
Clouds
better.
high. The birds call. One with nature.
Doesn't have an element
in the
absorbed into it.
stars.
Kind of did that backwards.
Shadows of fate. Yeah.
All right.
My
Now if I
apologies.
can just get Ayaka's burst back, that would help a lot. But the high tide thing is kind of killing me right now. Alright, there we go.
Sakura
Now that I've got
swirl.
Ayaka's burst back, that should help a lot with finishing these guys off. Maybe even possibly in the
Take flight.
timer, maybe. No, maybe not.
Let me
Can't
scry.
tell, come on.
One with
Get
nature.
it. Yeah, okay. I missed 1 star for the whole run. So I ended up with 35 because that 12-1 is awful. Completely freaking horrible. I'm gonna have to go back and mess with it. I am not doing it tonight. That is definitely not happening. Because I don't feel like it. But okay, so it got done. I missed, like I said, I missed 1 star overall. So could be worse, could be better. I would like to, I'm gonna have to go back and get it tomorrow when I have a little bit more patience for that. All right. But for the most part, I still got, yeah, 2 days, 6 hours to go back and get that last 50 and 25k. I definitely want it. Especially, I need every ounce of Primos and Mora that I can get for, you know, for Shogun coming up soon. Do I think it's worth leveling up Diona for her shield? Yes. Yes, I do. Diona has been a very, very, very helpful character for me, for sure. Why is 12-1 so bad? That's the only one I 3'd on floor 12. Well, aren't you special, Root? No, I don't know. I mean, it's probably, you know, a combination of the way I have my characters built versus the way you have your characters built. I don't know who you took. I might need to, you know, kind of reevaluate the way I attacked 12-1, especially now that I've finished the rest and I already have all those other stars. Now I just have to, you know, pretty much go into it with something that I think will allow me to clear. Really, I feel like it was this side that was really slowing me down, because I was getting the first half down, like after, you know, a few tries. Like my Eula team was putting that team down pretty quick, but I feel like my Eula team would do okay over here too, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to reattack it and kind of see what works best. 12-1 has like 40-50% more HP over previous floor 12s. Yeah, that seems about right. Venti doesn't really work in 12-1 anymore, at least not as disgustingly as before, specifically not in the first half. Yeah, no, I would have to agree with that. He doesn't really clump those enemies very well. You know, like I did not need to teleport. I did have Venti in there. Mostly the reason why I had him was for Viridescent Oh, I don't even think my Venti is on Viridescent Venerer right now. Oh. So that actually might have had something to do with why that was a problem. I don't think my Venti is on VV right now. So he wasn't even really giving me any benefit at all. Wait, no. Did I? No, I had it swapped. I don't think I had Venti there at all, did I? No, I didn't. Venti wasn't even there. So, because I had Kazuha with my Ayaka team, and I feel like... No, I did have Venti there. I did. So, yeah, he doesn't have Viridescent Venerer, so that's actually probably what my weak point was. So I'll probably need to reattack that minus Venti, because he is, I think, 2-2 right? No, he's Viridescent Venerer, never mind. So I don't know. Maybe just the mechanics of Venti don't work there very well right now. That actually could still have been what was holding me back over there. I don't really have very much resin right now. Otherwise I was gonna get into a little bit over there. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Since I finished the Spiral Abyss, I'm gonna just hang out with the chat here for a little bit and answer any questions about lore stuff, builds, whatever you guys got. If you got questions, throw them at me, and then I'm probably going to wrap up the stream sometime shortly thereafter, because I am currently working on my next main video, and I need to really be putting more time into it right now. I've got a lot going on outside of the channel, which is kind of, it's making it really hard for me to get out one video a week, which is why, you know, last week I canceled my stream, because it was just not going to happen if I didn't. And really, I probably should have again tonight, but I needed to do Spiral Abyss anyways, and I figured if I was gonna do Spiral Abyss, I might as well do the stream. The time is the same. So, you know, if I can do Spiral Abyss and be on stream and hang out with everyone, then I'd rather do that as opposed to not. But I will say that this Spiral Abyss definitely challenged my ability to be patient tonight, for sure. Much more so than usual. Okay, let's see. Joe Carpenter says, plus they jump all over the place and can't be grouped with Venti. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. So, tossing Venti probably is what I need to do to kind of round out that team. I don't know who I'll bring yet, but I'll figure out something. I'm too used to Zhong Li in that one. I don't know how to dodge anymore. I'm impatient with other characters' shields. So, D the Memestress, that's one of the reasons why I don't use Zhong Li that much anymore. He made me really sloppy, like, for real. I was using him for a while, and like, that is a character that will make you sloppy. You don't have to dodge, you just don't. You can pretty much face tank everything and everything will die. And you know, half the time his elemental burst comes back up so fast that you're just gonna, you know, charge it all down right away anyways. And it just it gets to be kind of disgusting. You really, won't have problems with most things when you use Zhongli. But that said, there's still content where, you know, I obviously am still just going to take him because it's kind of just, you know, adding trouble for no reason, you know, just trouble for trouble's sake if you don't take him. For instance, like Ajdaha, like I am never doing Ajdaha without him. Like it just doesn't make sense to do that. It's just asking for trouble to do that without Ajdaha. So why would I do that? It just doesn't make sense. So I will still take him to Ajdaha, but that's just about the only thing I usually take him on regularly. TH, what do I think about Fischl's Broiled Decree? Broiled Decree. I don't know if I remember that. Why am I don't remember that. Stick. Give me a refresher on what that is. I don't remember that. We have to be thankful that 12-1 is the hardest. Resetting just for the first floor is a blessing. Yeah, Dai, you're right. Like, resetting just for the first floor was better, because then, you know, you don't have to dump all the way back to the first one every time you mess up everything else. Because, you know, if you have to reset your team comp for the other ones after going through the pain of 12-1 already, then that would be just awful. I did have to reattempt Megu Kenki just because I'm terrible at him a few times. But honestly, you know, with the last run, I did get, like, I was getting a little bit more used to his mechanics, but I need to just sit down and have, like, a concentrated day of just fighting, you know, Megu Kenki for, like, an hour or two, just over and over and over and over again to, like, absorb his techniques and then kind of figure out how that works. Just go, you know, full Mega Man on him and just, you know, take his abilities and use them against him, that kind of thing. Favorite region, but Yanfei melt combos have been saving me. Yeah, I mean, Yanfei's a good character. Don't get me wrong. I think Yanfei is actually a really good character. In a lot of ways, I kind of prefer Yanfei to Klee in terms of playstyle. Venti in 12-1, second half is busted as long as you spam his normals to generate energy during high tide. We'll give him 100% Q uptime. Yeah, that's definitely a good point too, although I kind of had him the other way around. I used Kazuha, yeah. Well, I mean, I had Venti on one team and Kazuha on the other, I thought. But I don't remember anymore. It's a blur now. How was Yoimiya on Abyss? So, Dai, I used Yoimiya in 9 through 11, and she was fine. This party I have right here had no problem catching 3 stars in the floors that I put it against. Actually, I did switch Fischl out for Venti, I think, for most of it, and it worked just fine. I really had no complaints with that. But once it got to 12, it was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I need to swap this team.
But friends are forever.
Would you consider talking about the new Inazuman side quests, especially Sacred Sakura Cleansing and Tatara Tales? Yeah, there's some interesting stuff that happened there. You know, and of course there's the Kitsune mage, the Sakura maiden that was guiding us through the entire quest line for that too when she disappeared at the end. That was pretty rough, not gonna lie. That was surprising. They did kind of build it up to where you feel bad for that character, and that was really interesting. The Sakura Cleansing one, where I think that was the one where you get the Electro Forge thing that's out there back to normal, to where it's not, you know, constantly storming out there. That was an interesting quest line as well. Working with the Fontaine guy throughout that to build, you know, to like figure out how they wanted to reverse the energy and all that. And, you know, kind of countering the Fatui all throughout that. It's interesting that people of Inazuma are aware that the Fatui are actively kind of, you know, doing bad things in their region. But because of the war, they really can't do anything about it. Everybody's so consumed fighting each other that they're giving the Fatui exactly what they want. I think that's going to be something that's really going to bite them later. I think that this war is exactly what the Harbingers wanted, to give them a good opportunity to probably, you know, steal the Gnosis from Ball, well, without too much of a problem, honestly. Oh, it's a joke. She says my royal decree, but I like to imagine she says broiled decree. Okay, I was gonna say, am I on something? Why do I not remember this? You know, like I did a complete like, you know, Origins breakdown official like a year ago. Like that's a character I understand. So you're bringing up this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy. At Tavon Astoria, thoughts on Scuddermosh possibly being Ball's discarded Exuvia? Well, as I understand it, I mean, just if we're gonna stick straight to the description of the word, I thought Exuvia had to be like, you know, like their corpse. So technically, I don't think it could be just because, you know, he's very much alive. But that would be really interesting if that did end up being a thing. If that was actually, you know, like a discarded Exuvia kind of situation. But I think because he's alive, that actually can't be the situation. And there's a lot of people who are speculating a connection between the Shogun and Scuddermosh, but we don't really have any concrete evidence that suggests that that may actually be a thing right now. Of course, if we find out for any reason that it is, I will be all over that. But right now, I kind of am not really in support of that specific theory, just because I've not seen anything that really puts me onto agreeing with it. But you know, if there is some kind of compelling evidence that ends up, you know, happening, then I'll definitely show my support for it and probably even cover it on the channel. I actually, for a while, I was not in support of a specific theory with regard to La Signora, and then a couple of weeks ago somebody brought something to my attention that kind of got me to dive into that myself, and now I definitely believe that theory about La Signora. And the way I'm thinking about it, it makes certain other elements a lot, it makes them make a lot more sense, things that we had no context for a long time ago. And I don't know why I haven't seen anybody talking about this one particular thing, but I'm definitely going to be covering it in a video in the near future. So come on, get a little closer to me. Oh my god, he's just gonna stand there and watch me spin. That's annoying. Oh my god. Oh, this is the worst. Alright. Oh, god. Alright, well, poor Yoimiya. That was unfortunate.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
You know what?
Power the
This guy's the worst. It's alright. Yeah, he'll just die because of the Beto buff anyways, so it's fine. Ridiculous. Calling it right now, Megu will be playable when TH doesn't get stuck at work, so never. I know, Panda, like, I'm constantly stuck at work these days, I swear. Like, if anything, over the past 6 months, my work schedule has gotten increasingly terrible. Like, we never can predict when we're gonna work, when we're not working, which just makes it really difficult for me to sit down for a long duration and write scripts or have a long enough editing session to really make progress noteworthy on a given video, or for me to really just sit down and have brainstorming sessions, which, you know, sometimes, you know, I just need to sit down and kind of work out which ideas I want to do next, and it's all making things harder for me. Death to the Sakura tree and the levels. Aether, at Tavella Story, any ideas on what Ball's piece will be of the chess pieces? Based on her rather, we'll say, aggressive nature, I'm gonna say probably Knight. I feel like, just on what little we know of the other Archons, I feel like Ball's personality is more in line with that of the Knight, right? Like an attacking character, you know, like on the chessboard they move in like the L shape or whatever. So like it's a character that you can use to make like surprise takes and stuff like that. I feel like she's gonna be a Knight. I also feel like Murata, the Pyro Archon, will be the other Knight. That's kind of what I'm expecting right now. And then I feel like the Dendro Archon will probably be one of the bishops. The whole idea of wisdom, and I feel like whatever the name, I can't remember the name. feel like I don't even know if we were told the Hydro Archon's name, but the whole Justice being her principal, I feel like will make her the other bishop. So that would only leave what, the other rook, which would be, I guess, the Saritsa. So I mean, we'll kind of see. That's kind of what my guess would be for all of the other positions based on what information we have and kind of how the pieces work in chess and how those principles I think would pair to them intuitively. Hopefully that makes sense. Triforce Rich, yes, that is the specific theory that I'm talking about. Wait, y'all dodge. I just have Chi-Chi take the hits. Oof, Andy. Oof. I got you tricked with the Royal Decree thing. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Fireworks are
Damn
for
you,
now,
Trick.
but friends are forever.
Is there any specific purpose for the Vision statue? Vision statue? What do you mean Vision statue? Are you talking about this? If you're talking about the one that I have over here in front of my Klee mug, yes, but not just yet. More details on that later. Can jump forward quickly. Yeah. Oh, wait. First one came to mind. Yeah, okay. An editor is far off investment for sure. Yeah, Panda. I mean, I would love to have an editor for the channel that would speed up everything for me, but I can't afford one. I just can't right now. If I can get some more sponsors, you know, if I had somewhere in the area of like 5 or 6 sponsors monthly, like I could definitely afford a an editor. But right now I've got like 1, maybe 2. So it's just not enough for me to make it work right now. It's not in the cards. But in the future, it might be, you know, as things continue to progress, I'm going to keep pushing for it. Like,
If we've got
this
nothing
channel's
else
something
to
that's
do,
important
why
to
don't I
me.
tell you a story?
And it's something that I'm going to keep putting my passion into for the foreseeable future. I'm not going anywhere. So, you know, that's going to help hopefully set me up for the best chances of being able to do this full time at some point. So I just have to, you know, keep going. I've got some interesting brands that I'd like to maybe pursue sponsorship for. I might just have to reach out to them, you know, and make an argument for why I think I might be a good fit, that kind of thing. And that's actually something that I think may be a good idea for me as well. So, but I'm not going to get into that too much right now. What is Yoimiya's role in the story when she's playable character? Any thoughts? I mean, Hobbs, it kind of works the same way, I think, as, you know, with the Archons. I definitely feel that Yoimiya, I mean, obviously, if you've watched my theory, I feel like her role is going to be very, very important. Whether or not it ends up being exactly what I said is, I don't know. But she does look a lot like the statue. This whole idea that it's called the omnipresent god, I think, is not a coincidence that she seems to have a weird understanding of all these people who are around, you know, at that later point in the quest. Also, I think it makes a lot of sense as to why Domon's whole part of the quest was significantly different than the other two, because the other two had lost their memories, and he was instead being haunted by it. Well, why make that hard of a turn compared to the other two, if not foreshadowing something that's coming in the story? So, the more I dug into it as I was writing that theory, the more convinced I am that that Ball is ill. There's something not right there, and the more convinced I am that it is related to Yoimiya. Teyvat Astoria, considering there's only 6 pieces, maybe we'll only see 6 Archons, aka not the Dendro one, maybe, since there isn't one at the moment. Aether, there is a Dendro Archon at the moment. The Dendro Archon was the last one replaced. That was 500 years ago, right at the end of the Calamity. Or the Cataclysm. I always use the wrong word. But yeah, so there actually is a Dendro Archon, and the Dendro Archon obviously presides over the territory of Sumeru, and I am pretty sure, based on the Teyvat Timelines trailer we got a while back, that Sumeru is the next region that we're going to get. So, I mean, Obviously, it's going to be 9 months to a year probably before we see that. But we'll have, I'm sure, tons of other Archon quests and other interesting things that will start building us in that direction over the next, 9 months or so. I'm basing that 9 months based on, how long it took them to give us Inazuma from the release of the game. I'm going to assume, and this could be completely incorrect, that it's going to take about that long for them to get the next region ready for us. But you can bet they're already working on it. It's not something that like they're just starting on and all that. So I'm sure they know now that Inazuma is out. Everybody's invested in two things: seeing the resolution of the Archon quest, new characters, and where the hell is Sumeru? Because they know people are going to want to keep exploring new regions. Everybody's hungry for new content, but the game is still doing really well. It's very successful. So, the new regions are just going to keep coming. It's just going to take a little while because these things take time. The root of all beer can sponsors. Just please throw money at TH. Oh, please. That would be great. I would love that. That would be amazing. I mean, hey, listen, I'm okay with the idea that I have to earn those sponsorships. I work hard so that, in time I will. And it is happening slowly. And, as the channel gets closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers, I think that will make my channel more and more intriguing to potential sponsors as well. So that's all just part of being a YouTuber. I've definitely seen other lore tubers of other games and genres have more sponsorships than I have at this subscriber base and average viewership. So it may just be that because my channel is comparatively new, compared to them, they may just not be seeing me yet. But it also could be that those YouTubers are going out in search of sponsorships as well, which I said, it's something that I haven't really had a lot of time to do, but I really probably should be doing. So it's just something I have to start working on. Speaking of subscribers, if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. If you're hanging out and you're enjoying the content, that does help out the channel a lot. So does liking the video and hitting the bell icon so that you're notified whenever I go live. And also, on the topic of subscribers, we passed 80,000 today, and that's huge. That's another massive milestone. And I just hit 75,000 like a week ago, which was crazy. So I made over 5,000 subscribers in a week. Definitely my all-time strongest week since I created the channel. I think probably the next closest to that was back when I made, or was back when my 500 Years Apart theory first caught fire. I hit like 10,000 subscribers, I think, in like 2.5 weeks, which was really fast. And that was back when I had like 500 subscribers. So that was insanity. Hobbs, thank you. I appreciate it. Support like that does mean a lot to me. It really does help out the channel as well. And you asked, what is my saddest moments in the game's story so far? Saddest moment in the game so far. This might seem like a little bit of an obvious one, but to me, kind of the saddest realization for me is in the We Will Be Reunited questline, all of the related materials that we've gotten for that. So the idea that Lamine was aware of Aether's presence in Tevat did not go to him. She's consumed by her quest. And then she does appear to him later to stop him from, just to stop him and Dainsleif from, defeating the Abyss Herald. And then she basically warns him not to get involved, not to pair with Dainsleif, and then leaves him again. For a character who doesn't have any speaking lines, our MC is very expressive. They definitely made those characters wear their emotion on their face when things happen, and they've done a lot of storytelling just with that. But I've also very much appreciated the life that the voice actors have brought to the characters of Aether and Lamine, be it the antagonist version of that character rather. And I find it just really really sad that because when the game starts, it's obvious that the two care about each other, or at least your MC character very much cares for the other one, but and then they're separated, and then when you are reunited, the other sibling doesn't care to stay. They're too consumed by their quest to stay, even though they've not seen each other for 500 years. That's gotta sting. I would say a close second on that would be Zhongli's, I think it was his first story quest with Havria, the god of salt, where like her people loved her so much, they saw her suffering and they thought, hey, let's kill her. And so they did, and they all died too. Like, they were all captured in that moment, like frozen in salt forever.
Have you ever
That's
kept
so
goldfish as
sad. And then
pets?
like the
They're very
realization
cute.
that, you know, that the survivor had, you know, like that Havria's people had as a, you know, she was a distant relative survivor of their nation. And, you know, like that, for that moment to sink in, you know, because she thought that like Rex Lopus had murdered her. But that wasn't what happened at all. You know, her own people killed her. They basically mercy killed her. That was really sad. Really, both of Zhongli's quest lines were sad, but I think the Havria one, that one had some punch to it as well. What is TH's name? Is it known? No, it's not. I'm keeping it that way for now. At some point, maybe, you know, like, I'll let you guys know what my name is. Definitely not my last name, but, yeah, maybe my first name at some point in time. But mostly, you know, not the last name because, like, I have a pretty unique last name. It's one of those things where,
If
you're
we've
like,
got nothing else to do,
if you saw
why
it,
don't
like,
I tell you a story?
you'd be able to find me. I'm not, yeah. It would just be uncomfortable. TH's name is Rob. Yeah, it's totally Rob. Totally Rob. Let's see. For example, there is a god of pancakes that is also a god of neutrality. He only gets involved in conflicts if it gets cosmic or something. What are we talking? I don't know what's going on over there. What I meant is Ball's statue with the inlaid visions. Okay, I see what you're saying. Not sure what the explicit purpose is. Seems easier to just confiscate them and hide them unless you're trying to set an example. So it could just be as simple as she's trying to set an example. She's trying to take all those visions and inlay them on something to be like, hey, I took this from you. Good luck. That kind of thing, you know, like you're not getting them back and this is what I'm doing with them. So yeah, it could just be something as simple as that. But it also could be something, you know, even a little bit more, you know, sinister or complex. It's hard to say really with any degree of accuracy. I still think that the statue represents Yoimiya. And, you know, it's called the statue of the omnipresent god. I think the Shogun is broken, and I think that that statue is a subconscious reminder of the bad things that she's done, and that the eyes are watching her. And so she's inlaying these visions, you know, like, I don't know. I didn't mention anything along this line of thinking. It was something I thought when I was writing the video. But it could be one of those things where, like, if the Shogun is starting to see herself as, like, a pretender god, like maybe she wasn't supposed to be the god because her principle is flawed, and she took that from somebody else, she could be taking visions away, like, thinking, like, I should never have given these out. Like, I don't deserve to be giving these out. Maybe these people don't even deserve them because I'm not worthy to give them. Maybe that's what the other side of her mind is thinking even. It could be a number of things.
Why don't I tell you a story?
I still think it's most likely that, you know, like she has a split personality type situation going on. And that's why she seemed, you know, really fiery and had a lot of tenacity when she was in the plane of Euthymia. But outside of there, she's cold, she's emotionless, and you see that tenacity fade away. Her ferocity just, like, saps out immediately after she comes out of there. Let's see. I mean, 2.0 is basically just a pit stop on the story to you. Really? Pit stop, huh? That is not how I would describe it. MiHoYo better bring Guizhong if Zhongli ever gets a third story quest. So,
goldfish as pets?
I
Very cute.
have a video that I released called 5 deep lore characters who may reappear or something along those lines. I forget the title I used. Where I talked about Guizhong and how I think that it's likely that character is eventually going to be pivotal to the story. And the reason for this is Albedo. Albedo made it very clear that his master taught him that dust is the very basis of all life. Well, what was Guizhong the god of? She was the god of dust. And it's described that her body turned to dust when she died. Like, she literally faded to, like, the finest dust, I think is the way it was worded. So, I don't think it is a coincidence that they chose to intertwine these two concepts.
We've got
You know,
nothing else to
Albedo
do. Why
understanding
don't I
that
tell you a
dust is
story?
the very basics of all life, and that he's an alchemist, and that they found an ancient relic that supposedly may be the remains of a lost archon. What they found before his master Daughter disappeared could have even been the dusted remains of Guizhong, and she took them and is trying to reanimate her. That could be where they're going with that. I'm not sure. Completely speculation. But that's what I do here. So, and it's one of those things that I spend a lot of time thinking about. So yeah, that could be where they're going with that. Conria gonna be post or end story. Oh yeah, Conria, I mean, is the last on the Tevat storyline trailer as well. So once we finish the Seven Nations, that's when we'll go to Conria, like the actual Conria, not just the domains with the gateways, on the surface. So I think that's when we're actually going to go there. And I think that's also when we're going to see Kaya come into the story with a major plot to play. I feel like there are characters that we're going to see in this game. If you've ever played any of MiHoYo's other games, specifically Honkai Impact 3rd, they re-release different versions of the same characters. I feel like that's going to happen at some point. Either that or we're going to get an upgrade quest. Amber, Lisa, Kaya, Ningguang probably even. I feel like these are characters who are going to be 5-star characters at some point in the future. They're either going to re-release them, or they're just going to have a quest where you upgrade them, because I think they're going to become pivotal to the story at some point. We've even seen different outfits for Kaya, Lisa, and Amber in the manga, which could very easily be turned into alternate costumes for the characters here, which they could use by making them a 5-star character if they wanted to. They could also just release it as a skin for us to buy, which I would also be fine with. But they could go either way with that. But mark my words, I feel like we're going to see those characters return as 5-star characters for sure. The 2.1 stream is next week, right? It might actually be the week after that, because we just got Yoimiya. So usually the stream for the next version is about a week out from the actual version. So that should be 10 days out, I think. So I would expect it to be the week following that. So, I mean, but they could do it just based on where this falls. They usually do it on like a weekend, but they haven't always. But I feel like it's generally on like Friday or Saturday. On a personal level, I have preferred it to be on Saturdays, but lately I'm not working Fridays, so if they do it on Friday again, that would be fine for me right now. Have a good night, Panda. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Let's see here. Hang on, I missed something here. There we go. At Tevil Astoria, his vision is also Geo, so Zheng Li could have had his reasons for that as well. Yeah, totally. Imagine Amber becomes better than Yoimiya, lol. I mean, if she comes back as a 5-star character, possibly. Emiton asked, wait, Kaya, how? So, Kaya is from Conria. So like his character backstory is that his father originally, like what was told was that his father had died and he was left as an orphan to the Ragenvender family, that's Deluxe's family in Mondstadt. But what had really happened was that Kaya's father, I don't even know if he's I don't know if he's alive or not, but he had sent Kaya to Mondstadt to spy on the Ragenvender family and to kind of infiltrate the Knights of Favonius in Mondstadt so that they could, like attack them, essentially begin to reclaim land in Tevat. And when Deluxe's father, was killed by the backfire of the delusion that he was using, Well, Diluc technically is the one who killed him, but that's not what we're getting into. Kaya felt so bad that he came clean about what his original purpose was. So he's from Conria. And even if you go to
Fireworks are for
Mona's voice line about Kaya, she has kind of a mysterious, maybe mysterious. Basically, she has a cryptic line about the fact that he is going to have some decisions to make at some point in the future, and I will just play it here so that you can hear what it is I'm talking
Kaya
about.
Albrick. He's a Pavo Oculus, destined for greatness and grandeur, and to hide ugly realities behind a layer of charm and elegance. He believes he has made a clean break with his past, but one day fate will catch up with him. When it does, he will have a major decision to make.
So yeah, Mona's not usually wrong, and when this comes to play, I think it's gonna be in the Conria chapter, or just before, or in the, you know, like maybe like the main 7 Archons chapters are over. We're kind of in like this prologue to that, you know, to the actual Conria chapter, and I think that's kind of, you know, where that may come in. So we'll see. This is one of those times we'll tell things, but I really feel strongly about that. All right, so, and then Diluc tries to murder him. Yeah, Diluc did try to murder him, and fun fact,
Forever.
Diluc trying to murder Kaya is why Kaya got a vision, because, you know, like his ambition, you know, like it was like he came clean, like he wanted to survive, I guess, and really try to set things right. His ambition in that moment is what, you know, earned him his vision. So yeah, that's, you know, Kaya having a vision is kind of Diluc's fault, if you want to look at it that way. All right, this guy got his shield down here because I couldn't really get at him, which is really obnoxious. Finish off these guys here really quick. I was just getting tired of staring at these two. I need to go ahead and knock them out. And I got one thing I want to do here before I head out of the stream for the night. Some of you might know what time it is. Kaya is descendant of Conria, possibly royalty. Yeah, it's possible. I feel like Kaya may, like, if Kaya is some kind of royalty, or really even just being from Conria, if he were to come into contact with Dainsleif, there might be an interesting conflict to be had there. So that's something I'm actually really interested to see if they explore at some point in the future, and I hope that they do, because I'd love to see what Kaya's thoughts really are about that character. AOTH, my Knockoweeds respawn if I want to take them. I don't need any at the moment, Root, but thank you. How do you feel about Toma getting captured? I think he went willingly to not cause trouble for the Yashiro Commission and the Kamisato clan. I do feel like he would go willingly. I do feel that like, you know, in that moment, like they caught up with him and they took him, and he was just like, well, I can't implicate them, so I guess this is it for my vision. I'm gonna be one of these guys who you know, loses their ambition. So you know, that fortunately the Traveler showed up and, you know, alleviated Ayaka of having to handle it, and, you know, was able to save his vision before, you know, things got bad. But then of course Toma holds his own and you know, kind of saves the Traveler too, so, you know, it kind of cancels out a little bit there. Okay, I'm gonna do one more question and then I'm gonna get out of here for the night. Let's see. Andy is scared of open doors. Says, still thought up about the idea of all cryo characters experiencing loneliness. Like Ayaka and Yola follow suit and are pretty lonely sometimes. Oh no, I definitely get that. And you know, like that really shines true in Ayaka's story. Like, it not like her, well, actually in her story quest, but also in her profile if you read her story section there. But if you don't want to, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys right now. That's the next video I'm doing. I'm doing Origins of Kamisato Ayaka next. So I haven't done an Origins video in a little while, and I wanted to do one for a character that's prevalent in the story right now. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do Ayaka. And this is probably going to start a swing of me doing Origins stories of characters who are relevant in the story right now, so that I think that'll be better for the channel. I think that will incentivize more people to watch it and kind of increase visibility as a whole. So I think that will be good. But yeah, so that is the video I'm working on right now, is Origins of Kamisato Ayaka. So loneliness is absolutely a theme of that character. It's definitely a theme of Hyula. If you kind of look at even Chongyun during his hangout quest, like his whole like not hanging out with people a whole lot, that's definitely a thing. Chi-Chi was frozen for like hundreds of years. And she's definitely like, she has to give herself orders in order to do things. Like, she's definitely kind of in a weird spot, but I think even loneliness could be true of that character. And obviously the Saritsa, like, there's definitely, I feel like, an implied distance there. And you know, like the whole idea that her principle was love, I think is very compelling. And there's a lot of things that kind of make it seem like that is the case. So, and then she had to basically like harden her soul to, you know, do what had to be done, because she does love everybody that much. Like, that idea, I think, is really poetic, and it really like lends to this idea of loneliness in Cryo as well. And it may explain why, you know, like other lonely souls, other lonely hearts keep getting Cryo visions, even though, you know, the Saritsa is taking the gnosis from the other archons so that they can no longer grant visions. Because you have to think about it, Zhongli cannot give out Geo visions anymore. Like, and Venti can no longer give out Animo visions. Like, that's over. It's done. The Shogun hasn't been giving out Electro visions for quite some time. So there are no new vision bearers of those three elements for quite some time because of the Saritsa's quest. But she is still giving out Cryo visions. Why? She's giving them to maybe other people who are in that spot that she's in, loneliness. And that makes sense. So, Vinya's bot, welcome to the Sealies. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you send me a direct message on Discord so that I can give you access to the members chat channels.
Why don't I tell you a story?
I want to see Jinyan in the story at some point, but sadly I feel that Liyue's story is over and she might not get her own full-fledged story quest. So, two things about Jinyan. One, Liyue's story quest is over, but Liyue expansion is not, because we have a little thing called the Chasm, which is an area that they've talked about in Liyue quite a bit. That's this area right here. That's probably going to be the next map expansion for the game. Like, so the next time they have an update that's not Inazuma related, it will probably be Chasm. I'm thinking more like 2.2, 2.3 area, somewhere around there, kind of like they did with Dragon Spine when they expanded Mondstadt. So think along those lines. That's what I expect. Another big chunk of Liyue. Now, we could see Jinyan come into the story for that. I don't know how they would tie that in, but there's two other ways we could see Jinyan come into the story. Well, maybe not necessarily into the story. There's one way we could see her come into the story, and then there's another way we could at least see her have a quest line, which would be if they did a hangout quest for her, which I think would be a good idea, because she's the only 4-star character in the game that has no development right now. Which is a shame, because she's an interesting character, especially if you go back and you read her origin, her actual profile stuff. She's actually a pretty interesting character. But two, Jinyan's entire ideas, you know, that she's a rocker and she's got like this whole, rocker appearance, and she got into the whole idea of like rock and roll and dressing this way because of Fontaine, because they started the whole rock and roll thing. So I feel like whenever we go to Fontaine, that might be a good time for them to bring her into the story, because you know, she may want to go there and, you know, actually see where it originated, as opposed to just like reading the books or magazines or whatever it is that gave her the inspiration for it. So that would be a good opportunity for her to come into the story. I could definitely see them doing that. Anyways, so guys, I do need to get out of here for the night. I really appreciate you all joining the stream tonight and watching me suffer for my 35 stars in the Spiral Abyss this evening, and then hanging out with me and talking lore, because I love doing that. I could obviously do it forever, but my voice wouldn't like it very much. Thanks again to Vinya's bot, who just joined the Sealies. I appreciate that. I'll make sure you get into the credits of my next video as well. And, you know, make sure to like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you didn't, because that really does help out the channel. We're getting closer every day to 100,000 subscribers. We broke 80,000, I think, early this morning. It's huge. It's a huge milestone for me. Let's keep pushing. Let's make 90, you know, soon. I was really just hoping to break 100,000 before the end of the year, but the sooner the better, right? Like, you know, I might have to try to plan something big for 100,000 subscribers. I've got some ideas. I might have to seek out some permissions to do some of these things. But the sooner we do it, the sooner I may try to pull the trigger on that. If we push through to 90 pretty soon, then yeah, I'm definitely going to have to, you know, light the fire under that pretty quick. But, you know, hey, the sooner the better. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here for the night. Thanks again for joining the stream. I'll see you guys all in the next one. And don't forget to eat the Paimon. Good night, guys.